Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to GrowedUpGeek Gaming and our continuing campaign, Twilight Malediction, our version of the Rime of the Frostmaiden. Big week this week. Feel like every week's a big week. This week, big week. We're going to start really opening up, solving some mysteries maybe, but probably getting more. Definitely getting more. Before we get into the recap, let us meet our fantastic crew who will be puzzled or troubled by the things I throw at them this evening. We will start in the bottom left-hand corner with Landon. Tell us about Orryn.
I'm Landon Baker, playing Orryn. He's a rock gnome artificer. He If you watched last week's episode, you notice sometimes his curiosity can get him in a bit of a pinch, but he never loses his optimism. And this week he's very excited to discover new things. So that's it.
You crammed into a hole and got what? Head butted by a dog that was on fire?
Yeah, it wasn't very happy.
Okay.
I thought it would be smart at the time, but
I mean,
it looked better on paper.
that's my entire adult life, bro. I get it. All right, cool. We'll go upstairs to Tenta. Tenta, tell us about Jaatuuli.
I'm Tenta. I'm playing Jaatuuli, the ice lizard folk barbarian that is currently bloodthirsty and excited as hell about his current situation. And I laughed my ass off for the first time in front of the party when that dog bull rushed Landon out of that hole. So
We're all about emotional growth here. Fantastic.
Orryn was just happy it could bring a smile to the lizard's face.
I'm glad that was entertaining, Brady. Thanks, man. Appreciate. All right, let's go down to Dustin. Tell us about Kelroth.
I am Dustin. I am playing Kelroth, a half-elf cleric. I am the epitome of the healer of the group, as that is, I am the life domain. And yeah, I'm just here to make sure nobody dies.
Yay. Well, we'll see how well you do tonight. And then last but not least, we'll go to Lewis and tell us about your boy Baldr.
I'm Lewis. I am playing Baldr, and he is a court Asmar monk, and he's ready to prove himself.
Well, then we'll just have to test you. Fantastic. All right. I am Manny at GrowedUpGeek on the social media, your host and dungeon master this evening. I will be playing everybody else. Quick recap of last week. The party arrived just in time to watch a Red Wizard of Thay burn in East Haven. They immediately met their contact, Villain Harple, a eccentric and genteel Southern woman, oddly enough, who answered some questions, posed some new ones. They, upon finishing up with her, were drawn into a seance, which may have accidentally summoned the patron spirit of the town of East Haven that led the party to a group of kidnapped citizens in a cave across the lake offshore from East Haven. Where we pick up, the party is 20 feet over a frozen river through the caves. You can see the map up on the stream right now. They're in the little alcove there in the center, having just at least made contact with the kidnapped fairy family. 3 members of a local family that had been kidnapped, a daughter, her father, who is pretty injured and immobile, and a third person she said was her brother. As they stand there tending to the kidnapped fairy family, light source comes from up the cave 20 feet below them, and a slight echo of 2 voices talking, or at least 2 sets of voices talking. As the party stands silent with the realization that they are not alone in the cave, they overhear a male voice. What is to be done about our brother? Father will never allow him to go unpunished for this foolish act of mercy. A female voice then replies, I can eat them? Quiet, witch. Our father only summoned you as a test. Be grateful for your enchanted cookery and be silent. I'm not the only one with your father, am I? You will be soon enough, for every day he grows more powerful, and the summoning shall continue. The female voice is cut off, and it seems that she might be aware of something amiss in the cave. They will stop short on the ice and maybe not fan out aggressively, but at least be on some sort of alert. And with that, we will turn it over to the party.
All right. So it's a 20-foot drop, and then like how far away are they? Another 20 feet? So it's like 20 feet down, 20 feet up?
15 feet, like distance in front of you, and 20 feet down.
Okay.
There's a
Okay.
a math problem for how far that is.
The triangle.
Yeah, I know. Like I said, there's a math formula for it. I don't know what it is. It doesn't help me with Dungeons and Dragons. Probably would.
Well, if anyone wants to do anything, otherwise we just wait.
I'm gonna do a stealth check and sneak out into the hallway a little bit, see if I can't get a visual on them. And I'm not bringing a light source with me, because that would be stupid.
Okay. So you're just gonna go out on the bridge over the river?
Yeah.
Okay.
Horse eye it over the side of the bridge, see what I can see. Let's see here. Skills. All right, I got a 23 stealth.
Holy schmolies.
So you were really gonna peek out and get a good look. You notice that it is exactly 2 drow males being followed by like a hag, but more of a bluish gray tinge to her coloring, and a kind of frosted glow to her. The 2 drow have their swords out. They seem to be looking all around, expecting, it looks like somebody coming in on their level, not bothering to look up to see if someone may have snuck in one of the elevated caves from outside.
All right.
So there weren't any other ways down from up here, correct?
From this level, no. And the only way into the level that they're on is the open cave that was ground level when you guys were outside. There was one that was at ground level that was pretty big, and then there were 3 elevated ones. 2 of them connected. Yeah. One of them was the one that Orryn encountered the wolf in.
Okay.
So if we're not jumping down, we're going all the way around. Either way, I mean, it doesn't look like they're going to leave the cave. So if somebody wants to do something,
All right,
get this party rolling.
I am going to...
And using them as pillows.
That's exactly what I'm about to do.
All right, we'll hand sign it then.
All right, so I kind of want to move out onto the edge with Jaatuuli if I can, and I kind of want to motion with him and give him the whole see them down there, and then kind of jump at the same time on the
Surprise attack.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
All right. Okay, so as despite the seeming pause in the hag for a moment or two, whatever fears she may have had seem assuaged, and they kind of begin this slower, deliberate walk up, at least in your direction, on the sheet of ice that they seem to be walking on.
So they're getting closer
Yeah,
towards us.
they're slowly moving. I assume that this is basically you have readied an action that when they are in the square, you were able to jump on them. You were going to jump. Yeah,
Yeah.
Assassin's Creed them.
yeah.
Yes.
Eagle screech and everything.
No eagle screech. Try to be a little stealthier than that, but yes,
Also no hay-
like
Also, no
yeah.
hay bale. So
definitely gotta hit him because it's gonna be broken.
Like I
broken
stabbed them and then
ankles.
crunch all your bones.
Yeah, yeah. Ah!
haha, I showed you.
Didn't think this through.
Hey, Kelroth, can I get some help down here, buddy? My leg appears to be broken and it hurts.
I'm just like, oh,
Look,
'cause I didn't jump.
not a miracle
I'm
worker.
observed from far. Okay.
So as they, kind of get closer, the two drow are going to be in the front, almost immediately adjacent to each other, and the hag will be 5 to 10 feet behind them. Her a little less sure that that they are alone in the caves. So as I'm trying to think of this, because you guys have to take some damage too.
A little less than normal,
Yeah, okay.
probably.
All right.
Yeah, we just want to use them to soften the blow of jumping.
Okay.
Like that's.
I mean, if you cast Featherfall, you'd still fall on them. You just won't take
I
damage
want to
from
use,
falling.
but I want them to take more damage though. Like that's the thing. I kind of want to use transfer energy. That's
okay.
like using slow fall would lessen the energy. I want to full force energy into them.
So
I don't think that's how Featherfall works.
What let's say, hold on.
So Featherfall makes it to where they drop at 10 feet per second.
Okay, so it slows you down a little bit.
Mm-hmm. But it just
Because they're not
keeps
like
you
going to reach
taking
terminal
damage.
velocity. You're only falling
20 feet.
Yeah, but still, if I'm only falling 20 feet and it'll take me 2 seconds to fall as opposed to 1 second. Like it'll cut that low of a drop. It'll cut it down drastically.
All right.
Yeah, we're going for mashed potatoes.
If you break all your legs, I only
I'm
have a couple
prepared
of
to
spell slots.
I'm prepared to do that because I have the I could use my if I break legs I can at least recover so I can fix myself. I'll be all right.
I'm all right.
I can hobble away.
All right. So all right. So how do you guys want to do this? Do you guys want to roll the damage for what you do to the drow?
I have to roll the hit first.
I'm going to assume that they
Yeah.
just fall straight down, like onto them.
I mean,
Alright.
we can do it. We can do a dex check if you want, or an aiming, an aiming jump check.
No, let's go ahead and assume you fell on, you dropped straight on them. So go ahead and roll. Go ahead and roll a d12.
Okay. That's 11 for me.
Okay.
I don't see one in my dice bin.
What?
Oh,
Dude, I love the d12. Two d6.
As a barbarian, you definitely need to find
two
a
d. I guess two d6 minus
There
one.
you go.
so
You rolled an 11.
an 11. Yeah.
Okay. So you guys completely crush them, land perfectly on them. You are each going to take 7 points of damage in the fall. You are going to be now prone, as are the drow. And everybody go ahead and roll initiative, please.
Ooh.
Kelroth goes tomorrow again. Yeah.
Saw that.
Well, I rolled a 2, -2.
I'm gonna go ahead and put you at the bottom, boy. Is that right?
Yay.
Is that a safe assumption?
Probably.
So
I mean,
a 0.
unless anyone else has a negative, they won't
Yeah.
be able to roll lower than that.
That's a 10 for me.
okay.
14 for me.
I rolled a 17, so I got a 20.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Oh no, I got a 19 because math.
Oh,
Math
yeah.
rocks.
Yeah, I skipped all those math rocks.
Speaking of math, I'm pretty sure, unless I did the calculation wrong, it only took 0.786 seconds for you all to fall onto the witch or the hag.
No, they didn't fall on the hag. They fell on the drows.
The
yeah.
drows.
Yeah. It's a D&D meets Mythbusters.
That's very cool.
I want to see the build team build something.
Yeah, see, and if you'd have cast Featherfall, that would slow that down
Yeah.
drastically.
Would have taken, well, it would have been 1.2 seconds longer.
Yeah, see, that would have doubled this.
I have that math. All right, so you're going to be prone. The drow are prone. The hag is upright. Orryn and Kelroth are still 20 feet above the ground. And Jaatuli's actually going to be first to go.
So did I deal damage upon my landing?
Yeah, you guys did 11 damage.
Oh hell yeah!
So, so yeah, they're frail, and you're a big lizard man. So, like, physics just, you drop something big on something kind of wiry.
Yeah,
You
cannonball.
also took 7 damage.
Yeah,
Yeah.
The dice
okay.
giveth and the dice taketh away.
What are you gonna?
So you're gonna be on the ice, level with the other prone drow, the prone Baldr, and the ice hag, who both seems shocked that a giant lizard man just kind of fell out of the sky, but also kind of challenged and intrigued.
And
She's
also a
not
Baldr.
Thinking at least. All right, so I'm prone on the ground with the drow like underneath me, essentially.
It's going to be in the square, like in front of you.
All right.
Between you and between where you landed and the hag, the drow that you landed on will be immediately in the square right next to you, or right in front of you.
Okay. So I guess I'll stand up and lean down and take a big bite of drow belly. Let's see how that goes. So I'm at an 18 to hit.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yes. And I'm going to go ahead and assume that the damage pretty much takes
Wait,
care of this.
if he's prone and that's a melee attack, you get advantage too, right?
Oh yeah.
Not that it matters. It sounds
Yeah.
like you hit.
Let's see
You
if I
could get
it.
that 20.
I didn't get
Yeah.
it. to it, but...
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so I do 8 points of damage to him, and then I eat my prize for 3 temporary hit points.
Okay, go ahead and describe that, because you did a hell of a job just falling on him, and now you've eaten him. So go ahead and tell me what that's like.
Well, I fall on him, and I kind of collect my bearings, stand up, grab him by the foot, pull him up a little bit, and into his belly, and then throw him back down.
All right, outstanding. I don't know whether to encourage this or not, but it's cool. The hag grows ever more determined. It's her turn. She kind of straightens her shoulders, tucks into herself, and gives this like just horrifically icy, frigid, horrific vision that Jaatuuli and Baldr are going to have to make a wisdom saving throw, please.
All right.
Save that wisdom.
Okay.
One of them's probably
My
not
character
worried.
disappeared. That's uncool. Sorry, my character sheet decided to go ahead and close while we were messing around.
That's 20 for me.
Okay.
Not natural.
Okay.
That is a natural 20 for me. So
Ow.
22 on the whiz check.
Steeled by your adrenaline rush from almost crushing a drow from 20 feet above, you are both unimpressed by her horrific visage. And it's no effect. She seems confused, and it is now Orryn's turn.
Orryn yells out, "Come to sear some meat for Jaatuuli," and he casts Firebolt towards the hag.
Okay.
And that is 21
To
to
hit?
hit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
And a 10 fire damage.
Wow.
This
Yeah.
is much better than the last combat where I rolled pretty low.
Hag's always the champion of fire, especially frosty ones. She recoils back, takes a good 5-6 foot step back, just suddenly reconsidering possibly what she's going to do.
Was she within 5 feet of Jaatuuli or I?
No.
Oh, no,
She's probably
okay.
15 feet in front of you now, probably 20.
Okay. Okay.
So that's going to be that. It is now Baldr's turn.
I kind of want to stand up and look down at the drow and just kind of give him the whole stomp on the head just to finish it off one last time.
Very,
Make sure
very,
he's down.
Very Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, like just kind of like stand up and ah!
The X-ray and the skull crashing.
Exactly.
Nice.
That is a 20 to hit.
Yeah.
All right, and that is.
You had advantage.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess I'll
Yeah.
go. I guess I'll go for
Get
a
that
nat
critical.
20.
Yeah, let's-
Yeah, I guess I'll go for a nat. Nope, that's not gonna work.
Okay.
That's a 2 on that one.
Okay.
So, I guess since that's unarmored, that's just a leg. That actually worked out. That's 7 damage.
Yeah, go ahead and describe how you finish off this drow.
As you so eloquently just heard, I just kind of like stood up and just stomped on him, and then I just kind of like slowly walked forward, 10 feet towards the hag, not quite in her melee range.
Okay.
But
Alrighty. Very nice. We'll go to Kelroth at the bottom of initiative.
Does the hag look like really damaged, or she just a little bit hurt by that fire?
She would look, we'll say sub 20% optimal from 100.
Oh.
She's down 20 points from 100.
Okay.
I don't know how to be cool about telling people.
She's a little bit hurt.
Yeah.
Okay. So she's not like dying.
Her health is getting a B plus or B
the
minus.
reaction it lasts. Yeah. And the 2 drow are dead. They
Yes.
stomped and ate them,
yeah.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Well then I'm gonna stay up here at least until like Orryn casts Featherfall or something. I'm just gonna chill, and I'm just gonna hold my action. That is it. Yeah, I'm not gonna jump down. Not yet. Not now. Things look fine.
Yeah.
So
I I will remind you, it is a reaction. So,
Yeah, but I
Yeah,
don't need to jump down.
Go ahead and leap. I
I'm
got
just
you
gonna.
on your way down.
I'll just hold like
mhm.
maybe.
Just trust me.
Trust me.
Um,
No, I'll just hold like healing word. You know, like if somebody gets hurt really bad, I'm gonna save a healing word for that.
all right.
That's what I'm doing.
Very nice. Always the protector.
So if she like bites somebody or shoots a fireball at us, I got healing word.
Alrighty. Cool. All right. Readying against somebody getting hurt. Jaatuuli, you are up again, sir.
All right. So I kind of casually discard the other guy and rush towards the hag. Ah!
Bite that hoe.
All right.
Let's see what happens. I'm going to attempt to cut her with my axes. So the first chop is a 19. The second chop is a 17.
Both will hit.
All right. Chop number 1 deals 9 damage. And chop number 2 deals 2. I just got her with the tip of it.
Just the tip, ma'am. Just the tip. For moving into her square, she will do absolutely jack. All right. So, one nice swing from a giant lizard man axe and a nice little how's your father poke
Yeah.
by same lizard man, and a little more coyish with the play. So the ice hag, after getting slashed and poked, is going to look at the giant lizard man in front of her. She is going to take a big fistful of claws and, in a classic pro wrestling move, rake at Jaatuuli's chest.
Oh, rude.
21 and... Okay, 21.
All right. Hits for sure.
And you will take 7 damage.
Holy cow.
So she slashes at you like an angry house cat, and much like an angry house cat, connects and shreds the shit out of you. She seems quite proud of herself, but also worried that she's never encountered a lizard man such as yourself before, and in her witch training, this may be bad juju for her.
I'm bleeding, but I'm not. It didn't break my stride.
Can't nobody hold me down. Oh no. Got to keep on moving.
That's right.
All right. Orryn.
Just let me know if basically this is a general rule. Let me know if you're less than half health. If you're like, oh geez, I'm less than half health, that's probably a good time to let me know.
Holler at your boy.
Holler at me.
I'm down about 11 out of 30.
You turn to me and you go, "Ay!"
So Orryn will go ahead and try to attack her with the firebolt. I presume Jaatuuli is a little bit in the way. I don't know if it's half cover or not.
You're up high enough and they're far enough away, and my made up geometry in my head says that you're fine.
Awesome. Well, that's awesome because I rolled natural 1.
Oh.
Okay.
So it doesn't.
Wow.
All right.
Yes.
So your firebolt is going to go errant and hit the top of the cave, knocking loose a couple of stalactites. Yeah?
Yeah.
Sweet.
It's my,
What up, fourth grade science? A couple of stalactites will fall loose. I'm going to need everybody to make a dexterity saving throw, please.
Holy kerschmolies.
Sorry.
wonderful.
I got an 11.
Oh, that's gonna hurt.
Oh, I guess I'll let's see. Wait, dexterity?
Yes.
I'm at an 8.
Oh, well, this isn't gonna go well. So, I got a -1 with my natural 1.
All right. So what was
Wow,
that?
yeah.
Wow, you guys, I was really gonna set that bar low too. Shoot for like a 10. I didn't want to like really turn this into a
I like
thing.
I look at Orryn and I just shake my head and I don't even notice.
So
Just get hit in the head
You
with
just
a
see
rock.
Orryn's goggles, like they're a little sideways because he, he just couldn't see very well. That's what it was. It definitely wasn't because he missed.
I did that thing where like the ground is slippery and like my legs tried to go one way, but I tried to go the other and just like didn't move.
Everybody's only gonna take 3 points of damage, bludgeoning, from
Okay.
the ice stalag.
Everyone is?
Yes.
What was the DC?
12.
Oh yeah, all right, cool. I failed for that one.
That's because I
And
was
what
like,
would you say? 3 points?
yeah.
Okay.
Jaatuuli should have advantage on that, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, because barbarians, they get advantage on dexterity saving throws as long as you can, like, see it or
Oh,
hear it.
that's right. You're not wrong about that. Let me double check. No.
Pretty
I did not
sure.
know.
My
I am not the
barbarian can't
barbarian.
take another 3 points of damage. Oh no.
Well,
Let's see.
Oh,
3. let me
danger
punch-
sense.
I mean,
3 damage.
He did eat somebody for a little bit of.
Yeah,
temp,
I mean
so
that's
he's good.
yeah, that's what you get for temporary hit points, isn't
Pretty much.
it?
Okay.
So it,
So you're right. It's called danger sense. If I'm unbound and unblinded, then I get an advantage on my dex saves,
okay. Oh,
Cool.
nice.
which I rolled a 16 that time.
All right, so
Oh.
so everybody except the extra vigilant Jaatuuli takes 3
Well, I probably
damage
got
from
it, it just didn't work. I
from
was like,
falling icicles in the cave, or his will have evaporated into nothing by the time it hits him in the
In my mind, he saw it coming and just headbutt the stalactite.
Get out of here.
You know how like you headbutt the soccer ball, it doesn't hurt as much?
Yeah.
That's what he did.
I'm picturing more Karate Kid 2 chopping the ice.
Kablam!
All right, so everybody except Jaatuuli is going to take 3 points of bludgeoning damage from icicles falling.
Ow.
Baldr, that's gonna.
I'm dead.
I ready to know
Alright.
for
Fall on the ground, I
everybody
start
but
crying.
myself. I'm going home. This sucks.
All right. I'm gonna
Too
stand.
hard.
I'm gonna move up and kind of like take like a running jump, aim for Jaatuli's back, and kind of like springboard off of him.
Are you going to leapfrog the lizard man?
Yes, and full staff like down on this this ice hag. Ugh, and I totally whiffed that one with a 7 to hit.
Yeah, no.
my back's very high up.
So,
Yeah.
like most people when they're drunk and they try to leapfrog their friend, you do not have the ups that you think you do, and you just
But
kind
I
of
am going to
awkwardly
attempt
crash into his
to-
shoulders.
yeah, I'm gonna attempt to swing at her, having missed with the bow staff,
Okay.
and that looks a little better. That's 21.
Yes.
All right.
So you hit my shoulder, high center, land on your feet, and
Yeah, just
I meant
just with
to,
the bow staff, and just kind of like elbow right to the face.
totally meant to do that, y'all.
it's just a bait.
wall.
Planned.
And-
Planned.
That's another 7 points of damage.
Oh wow. Big punches.
My D4's on fire tonight.
Damn, you got it right in the awareness.
Until you step on it.
And I might actually just take. I'm gonna spend a key point, and I'm gonna go flurry of blows and just try to follow up with 2 more.
All right.
Calm.
You're beating up an old lady, man. I'm just.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
okay.
yeah.
All right.
Hey,
Rude.
All right. I'm just saying.
With pride.
She'd do the same.
I'm here. I'm here to prove myself. If that's beat up an old lady, that's beat up an old lady. That's a 22 to hit.
Gotta
Okay.
start somewhere.
For the first one,
Today it's old ladies. Tomorrow it's old men.
and that's an 18 for the second one.
Okay.
All right, both of those will hit. That is 7 for one and 5 for another. So 12.
All right. You just kind of go just completely batshit crazy with like fury of fists and kicks, knocking the hag back onto the ground. Let me go. I'm here against my will as well. The drow summoned me. I want no part of this. Let me go. I won't tell anyone.
Uh-oh.
I think you've harmed more people than you're letting on.
I haven't even eaten them yet. I just got here. They only summoned me a few days
That was
ago.
the best argument.
You should have ate the drow. They were delicious.
You stay away from me. She backs up. Even as a witch, she's still pretty terrified of what she has seen. Take the cauldron. I don't want it. Just let me go.
What cauldron do you speak of?
We stole a cauldron from those oral worshippers over at East Haven. It's a magic cauldron.
Orryn says, you stole it from the Arl? You're not like working with the Arl worshippers?
No, they're just a pawn of the drow. Their real desire is what they're summoning after me.
Why did you capture these people in particular? Or
I didn't capture them. They were brought to me. The Drow brothers, those two. They brought them here. They were just for me. I'm just here to look like a menacing hag.
They spoke of a third brother. Where is this brother?
There's like 6 brothers.
Oh.
The one they speak of, they haven't seen in months.
Well, what else is in this cave?
This was an excavation site of the mineral the drow been using. Aside from that, it's empty. Over there is the cave to the Underdark that they came up through. The cauldron and the people. That's it.
Well,
Well, if that's it, she's useless now.
I take it Jaatuli's gonna move in for the chomp then. If we're free in combat, then I guess he's gonna free action him.
Yeah. If she's not going to put up a defense, then she's going to really get it.
I mean, yeah. If you wanna smash her.
Yeah. So you said she stood back?
She's backed up a little bit. Her back is going to be like against the wall. She's not going to be able to kind of retreat any further. She's down on the ground, basically, completely, entirely unarmed and begging for her cruel, her cruel life.
All right. So I grab her by the robe and lift her up to my head height and just bite right into her face.
Jesus.
Orryn just like closes his eyes.
I am too far to do anything.
I haven't eaten in days. This guy's eating everywhere. I'm hungry.
You guys keep talking about food.
Go ahead.
I know.
Go ahead.
Made you truly hungry.
What's your deal with poisons? Are you immune, resistant?
Uh-oh.
I don't think I have any real resistance.
Go ahead and roll me a Constitution saving throw then.
Not gonna taste good.
Tastes bad.
Yeah.
Tastes like burning. It tastes like frosty.
That's the one I'm the best at, though, luckily. For your
And
old boy, Jaatuuli here. And so I am sitting at a 19.
oh, okay. So this kind of
Oh, yeah,
really
well, you're hardy.
sharp, rotted, like acidic flavor just permeates your mouth. You're going to be burping that smell for like days probably. And as uneasy as it is to go down, you manage to swallow, hold it down, and after a couple of moments are back to being your self. So the just
Sitting there all.
yeah, I'm good. So walk it off. So the two drow lay in like heaps in the middle of the ice. The hag missing her face again. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
he took a bite out of her face.
Missing her face again.
It came all the way off.
Yeah. Julie's got a calling card.
Yeah.
All right. Those
The
bodies.
face biter strikes again.
Yeah. The bodies lay before you. The up in the alcove in the middle of the cave on the second kind of tier, as it were.
Where we are?
Yes, you and Orryn are the three or two of the three captives seem to be kind of up and about. You untied them the last time, yeah? Everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they've gotten around during the fight to, free each other. The larger, older man seems pretty injured and just kind of old in general. And then, yeah, so they're kind of up and about, and then all the bodies down in the ice.
So I want
Okay.
to look back towards Orryn and Kelroth, and I want to go. The switch spoke of a cauldron. I think we should look into it.
Yeah, that seems reasonable. I'm gonna turn to the people that are coming out, and I'm gonna say, we dealt with these people. It still might not be safe, but we're gonna need to investigate the cave more thoroughly. If you want like an escort back to town, you might want to hunker down, or potentially. Well, how many people can you hit with Featherfall? Maybe they should just follow us,
I can hit up to 5. So if it's just the 3 of them, I can hit you.
and then the two of us up
Yeah.
here. Okay, I mean, or yeah,
Worst
I mean,
case scenario, I
would
can
it
just like.
because if we leave them and then we come back and someone's taking a bite out of them, but they could just follow us
What
from
do
a
you
safe
imply?
distance.
You guys are cool here, right? Cool. Hang out. We'll be right back.
Yeah. No. We're not gonna do. Okay, so listen.
We got rope.
Well,
Our friend here can cast a spell so that we can jump down. Why don't you guys follow us, but like from a safe distance, just in case there's any more danger up ahead?
But so the path that we came in that had the
Yeah, we didn't
the
search.
sled of metal that had the ingots on it. Was
No.
that
That's outside of the cave. That's
Well,
like,
that's what I'm saying. Was that up on the second level or was that down on the first level?
It's up on
No,
the
so-
ground level. You're in like
Yeah.
an excavation site.
we're like in a hole.
Yeah.
In the ground.
Oh,
So-
okay, I
so-
gotcha.
so
Okay, so
ground-
there's tiers.
Yes.
Yeah,
like
like so
ground
they're
here-
like on it's on ground level, and
Yeah.
we're down like
Okay.
down in a pit, and then in a cave in the pit.
Yes.
Okay.
And the ground floor, as you and Jaatuuli know it, where you are right now, is about 50 feet below, like the surface where the sled is.
Okay. but we can get back up with we wouldn't have to drop
Yeah.
ropes or anything
No,
like that.
there's an embankment that you guys went up and down.
Okay.
That's where you followed
first time.
that's where you followed the trail to
Okay.
get to the caves.
We didn't search the side paths. See, that's my concern. Is we didn't search the other side paths when we came through here, so we don't know if there's other things that potentially attack these people if they just wander out on their own. So that's why I think they should follow us.
You two check up there, and we'll check the cavern down here, and
Don't split up the group.
They have to check their pockets.
I mean, or we could all just explore this together, right? Like, we can all just jump down safely, and then we'll be together as a group. And then we can search this further down this frozen river.
yeah, and then that big ass room, I guess, but we wouldn't even know that was there.
We don't know that's there
yeah.
yet,
Um,
but obviously we're heading in that direction.
Yeah.
all right, so you guys are gonna
Okay.
You guys are gonna bring
Do it, Orryn.
You guys are gonna bring yourselves and the fairy family down from the second tier.
Yeah. And I'm sure that they're in self-preservation mode, so they'll stay a safe distance away.
Yeah, I'm not running an escort thing. Ugh. So the
Oh, I think I asked this last time, but the guy who's injured, does his injuries look life-threatening? Do I need to heal him, or is he gonna be okay? He's just struggling a little bit.
even
I have about half my hit points.
hey, before you go heal
okay.
this NPC, let's deal with what's
Yeah,
important.
I know. Well, I mean, I don't want anyone to die. How much below half your hit points are you?
I'm at 16 out of 30.
Not half hit points yet. Okay.
What, yeah,
I also have a specific ability that addresses people being below half hit points. So
no.
that is also why I said the half hit point thing. But yes, I'll keep that in mind. Okay, I'm gonna jump down. Whee, slowly fall.
Orryn is going to
Not
pull out
cast
a-
feather fall. I break my leg.
pull out a little utility that's just going to make you feel very floaty as you're falling down. And it's like the wind resistance just kind of holds you. Where you just glide down. Right
I get to land next to one of the drow, and I'm gonna search him.
All right, in the one of the drow, you will find a crudely drawn map.
In him?
I mean, I don't know what's in.
mean,
If it's the one Jaatuuli,
Actually, I mean,
what's-
to be fair, he has been ripped open.
That's what I'm saying. With Jaatuuli, who knows
Okay,
what's
I found
in,
a
what's
map?
out. Yes, where at the top,
Okay.
northernmost end, as best you could tell, is the town of East Haven and the lake it sits on.
Okay.
And the map seems very crudely drawn without real good landmarks, but it seems to be the mountain pass south of East Haven.
Okay. So it shows East Haven, and it shows a path leading out of East Haven.
Yes, but in a very large macro, it would be, I don't know, probably
It's
40,
just kinda
40
squares.
miles on a piece of paper like this. So
Okay.
how exact the route is
Is there any identifying features or an X or anything like that?
It does take it. It takes kind of a meandering path before, as you look at it, it takes a sharp turn to the west, as if there are directions, but the Spine of the World Mountains are very treacherous, and the idea that this map is just a straight line to somewhere without taking into account passable roads, canyons, all that shit that would involve in a mountain, like a mountainous region.
Okay. Well. Okay. Yeah. I'll just pocket that.
Okay.
Do I find anything? I guess. I mean, I'll search the other one too. Do I find anything else?
The other drow has nothing,
Okay.
and then
Garbage.
in the hag there will be a bag of teeth
Ew. Don't take that.
of all kinds of species and sizes, humanoid, creature, all kinds of stuff. No, know.
That's the only thing that that's the only thing that's on her.
I put that to the side.
I'll take that.
What, the
Ew.
I picked that up.
the bag of teeth?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
All right. I mean, I'm not writing it down. I just wanted to make sure.
I give you a concerned look. I'm just like, okay. Is there anything else on the hag?
A large mummified elf ear.
Okay. Also, ew.
I mean, they're
Put
hags,
that to the
man.
side.
They're not carrying cupcakes on them.
I mean, I know. I'm looking for like some valuables, you know.
So yeah, the hag will have the mummified like beef jerky elf ear and a bag of teeth.
Okay. Well, I stand up. I'm just like, well, this was disappointing. All right. Shall we continue?
Does it look like she was eating the elf ear?
No, it.
Like she's like it was something she nibbled
it's
on
like
from time to time.
Like
Yeah,
dog
like
chew.
I didn't. I mean, you never know, man. Like, so. Yeah.
Would you put that down? We're trying to talk to you.
Exactly. I guess I'll kind of I'll look at the ear and I'll just kind of just slowly look down and just some poor soul.
As you pull the ear closer to you, you hear almost an amplification of all of the ambient sound in the caves coming from the ear.
Oh wow.
Weird.
This
Like a
ear.
like a walkie or like a
Like if
a
you-
microphone, yeah,
like a
it
conch
picks up
shell.
Yeah.
But
conch
like
shell, okay.
not the whole illusion of waves.
Oh, okay. Weird.
I
Can we
kinda
like
wanna,
hear
like-
ourselves? Because we're kind of talking a little bit and stuff. Can we hear ourselves?
Any sound
Or can he hear us?
like the shuffling, it's as if just all the ambient sounds that you all
General
experience
sounds
are amplified. If you were to like hold it up, like it sounds like the exact same thing.
right,
like a little mini speaker.
Hold on. Did we see an elf corpse somewhere?
No. Aside from the two drow behind you, no.
All right,
They
so
have both their ears.
I want to like hold the ear and I want to kind of look at the group and I go, I think I know how she knew we were here, and I want to throw it at Orryn, and I want to go see if that matches your technology.
So Orryn grabs it. He's like, ugh, you know. But he kind of hears the sounds coming from it, and his reaction quickly turns from disgust to intrigue. And he's like, ooh, I wonder if this will work elsewhere than just the cave. I better keep this for my studies.
I have a sneaking suspicion that it's probably hearing the sound of the body of wherever that came from, right? Like that seems like I guess I'm not a magic user, but it seems like that's how magic might work in this scenario. I might be wrong, but we should keep an eye out for a corpse.
All right, we're keeping an eye out for a corpse. You just took a bag of teeth.
An elf.
Oh, okay. A bag
An elf
of
corpse,
teeth.
right? Because it looks like an elf ear, right?
It's very elongated and pointy. I don't want to stereotype, people, but I'm just saying. Most
I mean,
likely,
yeah, there are other races with pointy ears, but
elf was the easiest one, so it is elf.
yeah.
All right, so you've seen what
Let's continue along this path.
as
Frozen lake river.
By this
And
point,
Orryn says to the group, he says, and we should watch out. I don't know if you all saw it, but I swear an enemy came in. They hit the top of this and made the stalagmites fall down. It was crazy. It had to have been some enemy. So keep your wits about you. He says, kind of like, trying to hide the fact that it was him.
At this point, from where you stand, basically right where the underground frozen river curves, you basically see a straight shot to, I guess, the back. What's everybody's vision situation? I know everybody likes to talk. I got dark vision. Who can see?
Yeah, I can see. So I have dark vision up to 60 feet.
Okay.
And I see in grays.
Yes. Anybody else?
Yeah.
Yes.
Dark
I have
vision.
60 feet, but that's more than 60 feet
Okay.
from that bend.
Yeah.
There.
So everything's going to kind of gradually fade into darkness in the black and white kind of view of dark vision. All you see is the same kind of icy floor, the same cave walls, and the same ceiling as far as your dark vision will allow.
Orryn will hand one of his light balls to Jaatuuli and say, maybe we should see what's at the end of this cave.
So you
Are
guys,
you going like
Don't need
man,
it.
man flashlight?
light this
Just
bitch up,
one of
buddy.
those hats with the light on it, but just
But 7 feet tall and
And you're-
lizard.
Yeah, you're an anglerfish lizard.
Someone said it could be a Vulcan ear. So I'm also keeping an eye out for Vulcans.
Dude, whoever's
That's a
spoiling,
good-
whoever spoils this big Romulan review,
Yeah, yeah.
reveal is gonna really piss me off. So you continue down this
I need
corridor.
healing.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I have very limited spell slots. That is my only.
But
And
no,
I, and if you get really hurt, then I can basically heal you for free. So
then we'll just
no.
keep going.
Okay, I'm gonna cast. I'll just cast Cure Wounds on Jaatuuli. Let's see how I do.
Just a little bit of blood dripping from my chest. That's all.
Okay, so that's it's gonna be. I have to add it because it doesn't add it for me. So that's 11 points of healing.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, plus heap 2 plus the spells. Yes, so I cast at level 1, so it's 11 points of healing.
Yay! Thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm back at 27.
So as you kind of continue off to your left in what appears to be the edge of the kind of corridor you've been on, there's a 10-foot waterfall, frozen completely solid, and behind it is a cave that it looks like the entire opening to the cave was deliberately frozen shut. It's just one gigantic sheet of ice that no way could have come from just the natural flow of the river.
This
Underneath,
is like at the end of the path.
yeah, at the very end,
Okay.
like the last little alcove.
Okay.
In the largest part of the still frozen river, you can see many frozen skeletons in the ice in various stages of decay. No idea how long they've been there. The one closest to your feet seems to be about 10 to probably 12 feet deep under thick, clear, solid ice, literally frozen.
Do these look like humans? Like, are they animals or
There
creatures?
is one that is either has been brought to undeath, that it looks very clearly the size of a giant, but it is
It's
only
big.
but it is only a skeleton. There's no flesh to rot off. It is just the absolute skeleton, but it's probably
Oh, it's just bone.
it's probably about 16 feet tall if it stood.
Orryn runs
I-
up to it. He doesn't try to touch it or anything. But he runs up to it just like looking up, because he's not even 4 feet, so this thing's like 4 times. His hand doesn't even come to the knee, He's like, man, I can't even punch it in the knee. I don't know what I do against this thing. It's like,
Frozen.
Wait, no, I can't do that, can I? I cannot. Okay.
As you see another opening in
It's not moving or anything,
no,
right?
it's frozen.
Okay,
it's
okay.
frozen in the ice.
Good.
It's been there a while.
Okay.
Is
Is there any other creatures?
There's a bunch kind of scattered in the floor. of the iced river. They don't
Okay.
they don't appear. They appear different. Their situation in the ice appears differently than the giant. The giant looks purposefully placed. Everybody can see it. It's in a very imposing pose. The ones on the floor underneath your feet look more like something that just kind of happened to die there. There's a couple of kobolds, looks like a goblin, something the size of a humanoid. It's pretty decayed, and you wouldn't be able to tell what it was at some point. But like I said, they're all frozen deep into the ice. The closest one would probably be, like I said, probably about 10 feet underneath your feet. It's mostly just a museum of cool things.
Yeah, in the map here, is this in that little alcove right in the top corner?
The top corner is the alcove. That's the waterfall and the frozen cave front.
Okay.
We may have found what they were digging for.
And then the ground underneath there is the kind of big open chamber that you're in right now. I'm pointing at my screen like you can see it.
Yeah. So, I guess I'll just looking in this very top right-hand north side of the Cauldron Caves. Is there anything else in there of note? Is there anything? Or is it just these crazy creatures?
As you get closer, you can see that there appears to be logs and stones jammed in the opening as if to create a dam. That probably all that obstruction, the water splashing, the cold temperatures is what led to the entire cave opening freezing solid shut.
Okay. All right. If I don't see anything else of important there, then I guess I'll say that there's nothing else over here. Let's head down north.
And there's nothing interesting in the giant skeleton, correct?
It's just that it, like I said, it looks like it's like you would see it in a museum. Like it's very deliberately posed to look imposing. There's no way it died in that exact position in front of that thing. So down a little bit to your right as you face the back of the cavern as you've been walking, you see a slight little glow and the light crackle of a fire up off in the distance a little bit, but appearing to be on solid ground as opposed to the sheet of ice you have more or less been walking on since you came down from the second tier.
Okay. Is there can I can see the fire.
Like I said, down to embers and coals, not anything
Okay,
roaring,
so it's a little bit.
And it would be the size of a campfire.
Okay.
And then above it sits an odd kind of black cast iron with a weird green hue to it, a cauldron sitting there bubbling away idly.
Okay. Do I see anything that resembles sleeping gear or a chest or bags or is this where they were setting up camp?
It is there's nothing.
Oh.
It is just the cauldron, the little fire, and it looks like there's a rock outcropping that they might have used to potentially butcher the family.
Ooh.
Are we getting any sort of arcane sense from the cauldron? I know she said that we could have it and that it was important, but other than that, I mean,
the finish on the metal is not something anybody's ever seen before, even in the low light with the very little light provided by the embers and the coals of the actual fire. There's something very distinct and different about at least what the cauldron's made of.
Okay, I'm gonna walk close to the cauldron, but and just see what's inside.
As you walk up on the cauldron, you get this very
I don't want to put my face in it or anything.
just like a wafting smell of like a hearty stew. Next to the cauldron, there appears to be like a hole that's been dug in the rock and the earth of like the solid ground that you're walking on. It's a rather kind of largish hole, probably about 3 feet across, maybe 2 feet deep.
Is there anything in the hole?
No, and the earth that would have come out of the hole is not anywhere to be seen in the chamber.
And what's inside? It just looks like stew.
It looks like a stew. Yeah, it smells like stew. The cauldron is filled basically to the brim. You see little bits of like carrots and potatoes. You haven't been in Icewind Dale very long, but this may be the most impressive thing you've smelled or have seen food-wise in your 3 days in town or in the region.
Yeah.
Orryn is going to start ritual casting detect magic to see if he can detect anything special about the cauldron.
Okay.
While he's starting to cast his ritual, I'm just gonna kind of give the finger dip in the stew. Give it a taste.
You're tasting it?
It's really good. It might use some salt, but otherwise, it tastes perfectly normal. It's one of the better things you've eaten recently, even before your time in the employ of the Arcane Brotherhood. It is hot, like boiling hot, hotter than it should be for the small fire that it's on. And
I'm just like you probably just ate people.
So Orryn, what is it? It's 10 minutes?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it takes 10 minutes to cast. It's a ritual.
I mean, that's not super weird or anything.
No, I mean, depends on what kind of people.
You're going to see a very clear and distinct glow from the entire cauldron, and it's going to be the school of transmutation that you are going to see with your detect magic.
So Orryn says to the group, he says, so it's definitely a magical item. I'm guessing here. Okay, so when I say this, I don't know. He says it's transmutation, and if I know anything about transmutation, it's that you could transform a lot of things into other things. So what if they've been transforming people or even that hole over there into stew using this cauldron?
Probable. Yes. Yep.
There's only one way to find out, and I'm gonna take a bowl from my mess kit, and I'm just gonna like fix myself a bowl, and I'm gonna try it out.
You're crazy. Why would you do that?
Like a big, like you're just gonna go to town?
Is it Slurm? Is it like Slurm? Like he can't stop himself? It's just like, oh right, it's people.
Her nectar will be foul.
That's right.
It's like, ew,
like
yum.
you know, I'm kind of like one of those unsure half-filled bowl servings.
All right.
You know,
So-
like I'm gonna like put a serving in there, but it's
You're
not
gonna
gonna
take
be
a
like
big boy bite.
And
Yeah,
real quick,
exactly.
When he has the,
I'm not aggressively, but I'm going to put my hand on his arm and just be like, I don't think that's a good idea. Yeah.
Now, when he has the soup outside the cauldron, do I see anything magical about the soup itself?
as he scoops the portion of stew out of the cauldron, it looks like it reforms in the pot.
Oh.
Okay,
Well,
so
we live here now.
yeah,
I'm gonna go ahead
ahead.
and I'm taking it. They're trying to stop me, but I'm just I'm gonna go for it. There's only one way to
Well,
find out.
I'm not like physically gonna stop you,
Uh,
but
the, so you eat the stew.
I
like
take
I
a
said.
step
Yeah.
back.
It is
Oh, yeah.
piping hot. Like I said, slightly underseasoned, but remarkably good. And you somehow feel about 4 hit points better, if that is possible for you to feel that. You feel
Oh yeah, I
slightly more
definitely
invigorated.
feel that, but
You definitely feel warm on the inside.
Oh,
Maybe this is like an insight check. I don't know. Do I get an unnatural or like a bad feeling about this, or is this just like my instinct? Like I'm like, I don't feel good, or is there like genuinely like, is there like a
Should I be
maybe like
concerned?
an aura or like? Well, I know I should be. I'm just asking. Is there more to it? Like, does it seem like maybe even like the look of it? Does it look dirty or grimy? Does it look wrong or anything like that?
Go ahead and give me, go ahead and give me insight if you want.
I'm kind of like I kind of like have the bowl
24.
in my hand, and I'm like, oh, what are you talking about? It's fine.
Oh, Jesus.
As best you could tell,
It's Slurm.
aside from its apparent magic nature, like it's just its existence as something magical,
Uh-huh.
nothing seems sinister. Like it's not
Okay.
it's not like you would bait an animal that this is the best thing you've ever smelled, so of course you have to go to it. It smells just pretty good, and definitely better than anything you've eaten in the last couple of days in Icewind Dale. But does it compare to the best meal of your life? Probably not. It's serviceable. 4 stars.
Okay, I take a
3
step back.
3
I'm
stars on
just
Yelp.
like, listen. I feel like we're fixating on this. I feel like this is not important. And even if it is, I feel like we should just knock it over. Like I do. This is not a. How big is this cauldron, by the way? It's definitely not carryable, right? Like
it
probably knocked it over.
Maybe like backpack size,
it,
like if you
it
like,
holds, you would guess, about 2 gallons.
yeah, like
uh,
backpack size.
Full.
Okay,
It
so
w-
it's not, like,
full. It
ridiculous.
weighs about 35 to 40 pounds full.
That's nothing. That's not a huge cauldron. No, that's.
I mean
that's-
it's
that's-
decent. I mean
and-
it'd
and,
be,
like,
it'd
pot-
be
and-
cumbersome.
in pot size. That's not
Yeah,
big at all.
it's a
Like,
flower
that's-
pot.
Yeah, that's not
Yeah,
big.
yeah.
Jaatuuli breaks a battered metal coffee cup out of his pack and
Oh, jeez.
You remarkably
I wanna-
also.
I wanna look at-
I turned to Orryn. I'm like, am I the only reasonable person here? Why are we
Orryn.
eating this?
Orryn says, "You're not the only reasonable person here."
Oh, God.
He smiles, he gives you a reassuring nod, and then
Oh,
he takes
jeez.
some,
Of
some
course,
to eat.
of course. All right. Well, I
He,
am
he goes to
clearly
Jaatuuli to ask
the
him to pick him up.
non-optimistic person of this group.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I can get the scoop.
I mean, I look at everybody and I feel better. I've had better, but I also feel better. If that's
Yeah,
if
when
that's
you take
possible.
drugs, you feel better. That doesn't mean it's good. Okay.
Can confirm.
I'm like losing it over here. No. Okay. I take a
We've
breath.
had about 4 cups of
Okay,
it by now.
I look around the room.
Okay.
Is there anything else of note here while everyone's fucking feeding themselves on this slop?
There is not.
Okay.
Yeah, there's
I-
not.
4 points of feeling better.
Yes,
Yeah,
you were
4
also
points,
feeling
yeah.
about 4 hit points better.
All right, I'm
Okay.
back to top.
Okay, listen. I mean, if somebody wants to take it with them, I want to dump it out. But if somebody wants to carry this thing, it's gonna be cumbersome. It's not. It's a
I'll-
pot full of liquid. Like it's
No,
not gonna be
well,
easy to
like
carry.
we'll just we'll
Make a
dump it
mess.
out. It's just the easiest way to carry it would
Okay,
be
if
to
you
kinda
dump it
like,
out, you have no idea what will happen. It could all be gone. It could.
That's we take our chances. I'm fine with you.
Clearly.
You're fine. Obviously, not taking chances. I'm fine taking chances.
I like being alive.
Yeah, whatever. You only
You know-
live once.
It could have
You
been
don't have to
poison. It could have been
remember.
people.
It
It could have
still might
turned you
be.
into a zombie.
It still
We
might
just saw a
be.
giant skeleton.
All right,
You
so
don't
you're
have to
gonna
knock it over. I can carry it.
No, but it's fine. I can basically just like put a rope around the upper lip and like if are there handles on the sides?
it's got a lip.
Or,
All right, so I
Orryn-
kind of want to like tie a rope around the lip and kind of like once around, not back around the other side, not back around the other side, not, and then kind of like strap it as like a backpack.
Okay.
and Orryn turns to Kelroth and says, we may not understand the cauldron itself, but if since it's magical and it has transformation magic, if it can transform anything into food, then it would be invaluable to some of the people here in
That-
Icewind Dale.
That is reasonable, but we should do a more thorough investigation before coming to that conclusion. Anyways, it looks like you guys are taking it with you. I think that's okay. That's understandable.
As you do pull it off the fire, you notice that despite the contents being hot, the cauldron itself is
Not
cool to the touch.
Okay.
Oh.
pretty badass.
So you're going to be humping this cauldron. The fairy family by now has had their fair share of trauma for the day. And the girl keeps insisting that they need to get out of there. Her father is not well. He's old. It's probably a long way back to East Haven. That you collectively should get going. She fears that her and her brother and her father alone might not be able to make it back if anything happens.
Of course.
Fair
We're going to continue on this path that leads kind of like to the south on the map anyways. South,
Yeah,
like southwest, I guess, like
Yeah.
that path. Just like cautiously check out this other path.
as you look down the corridor to the right, all that is takes you back to the large room where the things were frozen in the floor. The other passage carries just straight ahead up some stairs and comes out on the same river you were on when you jumped down from the bridge, but behind the way you were facing, and then cascades off into a small little 5-foot waterfall before making a trail outwardly to you can see moonlight coming in along the frozen river.
So we didn't really see anything else of note then.
No.
So let's head out of the cave. I turn to the group though, and I say, remember when we first came in here, there was a side path that we didn't explore. Should we investigate that, or are we done here?
Orryn says, yes. We can't leave something unexplored.
Well, that's how I feel. I wanna go take a look because, well, my adventurer's heart says we didn't find any gold, and I was hoping to find some treasures. So, also we didn't find where they were sleeping, so they got to put some stuff somewhere, right?
The only thing you found sleeping were like these kind of shitty straw beds for the family, nothing for the drow or the hags. So as you come out the frozen river, the largest cave, what's going to be the furthest from where you are now, it's about 10 feet off the ground. It should be easily accessible for the entire party. Jaatuli's probably going to have to get a little small, but everybody should fit in. It will only be one person at a time, so you'll have to get a single file. If anybody wants to give me a marching order.
I'll probably lead the way, and Jaatuuli will probably be right behind me.
Well, would it be best if Orryn led the way just because he's smaller, so he can kind of like move faster and can kind of.
I was thinking
serve
of
as like a
putting somebody
scout?
who could take a hit up front.
Well, I have an AC of 19. I can't
Alright.
take a big
That's-
hit like HP wise. But, you know, I don't have 30 hit points, but I have an 19 AC.
As long as I don't get hit, I'm okay.
Exactly.
All right, so
All right, let
Orryn-
Orryn lead. I
okay.
can't see anyway
um,
without my light.
Yeah, that's fine.
okay. So what? Orryn, Kelroth, Jaatuuli, just hit something if you feel it. Baldr in the back.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay.
Sounds good.
So as you kind of make your way through, the cavern kind of snakes around. In front of you is the large room that you saw initially when you came in. It looks like a chamber where mining took place. There's a blackish shimmer on the walls in a lot of places in heavily concentrated spots, as if that was the mineral that was mined. And in another room off to the left, that's just a dead end room, you find a black crystal, probably about 3 inches square, in a pile.
Sorry, is that just
It's in a
is
pile.
that just on the floor?
Yeah, it's
Oh, it's in a pile.
It's in a pile of like the same material, just ground into dust and various other sizes. This is just the biggest, almost cleanest looking piece, as opposed to shards or dust or ones contaminated by the actual rock that they
Orryn,
mined it from.
Orryn casts detect magic, which lasts for like 10 minutes. Do you detect any magic?
There is a magical glow all about the room from the crystals, and that one's going to be enchantment magic.
So
I think
Okay.
it might. I think it might be valuable to take this crystal with us as well.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. It doesn't seem dangerous, I guess.
Don't worry, it's not a cauldron.
It's yeah. Orryn,
And-
that seems like something you might like. You want to pick this up?
yeah, Orryn, like, without hesitation, just grabs it, gets the shiny crystal, he likes it, and he just picks it up, and if I guess puts it in his bag. Like, he's not planning on keeping it.
You're gonna put
selling
that-
it or
Sure, yeah.
whatever.
Thanks. It has pockets.
Hey, you can put it. Yeah.
It has
Which
pockets.
it's like a gemstone, right?
Yeah, a crystal. Yeah, sure.
Crystal.
Mind.
Okay,
Some
sure,
sort
okay.
of mind material.
Yeah. It's definitely not a metal. And it's definitely not like
Damn, I wish I was a dwarf.
like a stone.
Right?
um,
Exactly. That's what I was just thinking. I was like, man, I wish I was a dwarf. Know what the
Yeah,
hell this was
what?
exactly.
Yeah.
Well,
Am I familiar with what this kind of material is, or what this crystal is?
Yeah. Can I get a?
So, enchantment's usually like illusion. No, that
No. It's sort of like buffing stuff. So
yeah,
like
it adds
improving
it
things,
adds
or
to things.
like you enchanted your armor to make it
Oh,
yeah.
stronger, right? Yeah,
Kessel-
that's
yeah.
like enchantment.
Kessel's sled was enchanted with whatever it did to make it go fast.
Yeah.
So-
It's like buffing magic.
Yeah.
So Orryn hopes, when he's looking at it, knowing that it's enchantment, he tells everyone and says, these crystals seem to have the enchantment on them. So maybe we could use them in some sort of project. I think it'd be really cool. What do you all think?
Think it would be wise. The blacksmith might know more
Yeah, that's true.
in town. I feel it would be wise for us to travel back, having found the sled.
And
I
these
think-
people.
Yeah, and these people too. I mean, the
And-
people,
well, the
whatever,
people
the
as well,
iron. But we
shit.
should maybe just take a couple of the bars of the iron, just to show that we did find it, but also like to give him something to work on in the meantime.
I mean, I figure we can mule it. I mean, I don't mind man muling. Like, I don't mind being the
But it's
the.
really heavy, isn't it? And we have these old people that we have to kind of like an old guy who's kind of like.
I mean, well, if we're already walking slow with the old guy, it's not like we're being inconvenienced even more,
So-
walking even slower.
My thing
Are we
with that,
capable of pushing it?
because it's in the heavy snow, and I don't think like
Whatever.
even though it's on wheels.
Well, it's if I would imagine it's like a sled, like dog sled.
Yes,
Like
it's on tracks.
so it's gonna pull through the snow no matter what. We just need something to pull it, whether it be Jaatuuli and I. Like that's so be it. But I feel since we're here, there's no sense in having to come back if there's no other reason to come back.
Right, but if it like quadruples the length of our journey because of how slow it is to push, that's what I mean. Like now we're out here for days trying to push this thing.
I mean, it all depends on how slow this old man is walking. It only took us a
I
couple
mean,
hours
Jaatuuli
to
could
get
carry
over.
the old man, and we could travel at regular pace.
It only took us a couple hours, so if it takes us a couple more hours to get it done.
Is it pushable? Like, does it seem like we would be able to push it?
It would have to be pulled. It's
Okay.
got 2 harnesses, like it was attached
yeah.
to like
Yeah.
Like animals or
Yes.
For
something?
you.
and
Okay.
the math generally says, or at least from what you saw of it before you went in, that it probably could be pulled by 2 people.
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
Any 2 of the 3
Strong
of you,
people.
or nothing against you, buddy, but yeah, your feet aren't even gonna touch the ground.
Oh, Orryn knows he can't do anything about it.
Yatch.
And
Yeah.
and
He gets on the top of the whip.
is there anything else in this cave? There's still one chamber we haven't searched.
That is the chamber. The one with the pillars is the excavation site that you saw previously.
Okay.
It's pretty clear. And then the
Okay.
other one is like, it looked like a storage room where they stored the mineral crystal before it went wherever.
And we
it
found
was.
one really good one.
One really
So,
good
yeah.
one in like a pile
Okay.
of like dust and like janky shards.
I wanna-
and nothing.
I want to
impressive.
take a like a small pouch full of that dust as well.
Okay.
If
Yeah,
we're gonna take
that's
the-
smart. Like,
If we're gonna
scoop it
take
into
the
a
crystal,
pouch.
yeah, exactly. If we're gonna take
Yeah.
the whole crystal, I want to take like another small pouch full of that.
I mean, if
If
the
that's
crystal
okay.
is of any value, then the dust would probably have
Yeah, I
even
figure
some
we can-
small value.
Yeah, we can
So,
get
yeah,
we can get
definitely.
something out
Scoop
of it.
it up.
I'll take that.
All right. So when you pick it up, it is oddly warm to the touch, and has not like scalding hot, but definitely warmer than it should be for being in this frozen ass cave. And has the texture of black sand.
All right,
Oh,
so
so
I'm
it's
gonna
like thick.
dump out my
pretty
water skin.
Relatively large grains.
Basically, have like a water skin full of this this crystal.
Okay. Cool.
Did I see? I guess I didn't, but like it looked like there was a path that was going from the iron bars to here, and maybe back. Does it look like we didn't see any iron bars or anything, right?
No, there was a path
Okay.
that was tread for.
Okay, so maybe somebody just was looking at it or something. All right. And we didn't know exactly how many bars there were, so we can't really tell if some were stolen. I guess we're
No,
done
we can
here.
just take it. Yeah, we can just pull it back. So I'll hook myself up to the.
Well, we'll have to like journey because it's all the way out and
Yeah.
up. Does the
I'm
old
just
man
saying
need to
whenever-
be carried?
I would go with no,
Okay.
but he's.
I mean, we could carry him and then just plop him down on the iron bars. He's not going to add that much more weight. It's already super heavy.
I mean, so I'm gonna leave that up to you if you want to carry this old man. No.
You must walk or die.
Okay, well, that's reasonable.
All right.
I was like, I'm literally just like, I tried. All right,
Sorry, bro.
let's go. Let's go.
So you're gonna come out of the cave, head back up the embankment, down the path that you came down when you first let in there. As you kind of come over the crest of the embankment back onto flat land, you are going to hear the chittering of 2 voices off in the distance, just beyond where you can see clearly. The sleds, the silhouette is, you can see it for those of people with dark vision, and even without, there's a little bit of moonlight.
Mhm.
You can see the silhouette and two little, I don't know, maybe 2.5, 3 foot creatures, kind of skittering about near the sled. And on that note, we are going to take a quick 5-minute break before we get into this part. Yeah, come back in 5 minutes and we will see what they are going to do about this little thing. All right, cool. We'll see everybody in 5.
Alrighty.
Be right back.
Boom. And we are back from our little break here. The party has come over the crest, and on a quiet and very still night on the tundra of Icewind Dale, the silhouette of the missing cart of iron ore for the Battlehammer dwarves silhouettes off in the distance, and the party hears the kind of chittering of voices off in the distance and sees some movement against the sled. They don't seem to, or at least at this point, are aware of your presence, but there's not much to mask you without any sound of wind or anything in the tundra at the time.
There's two small things in front of us.
Two small things kind of moving about the cart, looking like they may be securing its cargo.
I'm gonna go into a stealth mode here.
I mean, you are a icy lizard, and it's
Contrast.
snowing.
Yeah. Well, I got a 14 on my sneaky.
You're going to kind of try to step in established footprints to not crunch new snow. You make it probably within 20 feet of the creatures you can now identify as goblins before they instantly perk up and become aware of your presence and run around the far side of the wagon, providing themselves a pretty good amount of cover. And everybody roll initiative, please.
Uh-oh. Oh, okay.
20, not natural.
17.
6.
Yeah.
18.
At least it's not in the negatives.
I made it above 5. I think that's the first time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go, dude.
I mean, I can get an okay roll. It's only -2.
I always say I'm acting deliberately when I roll low.
It is sort of an unintended advantage of being like the healer to go last. So
Yeah. It works.
Okay, so the goblins now have scurried
goblins.
little goblins, little troublesome little things.
Oh, great.
Mischievous little thieves. They have ducked behind the cart, and as they are small and the stack of iron is very high, we will grant them 3/4 cover. And Orryn will be the first to act from conveniently about 30 feet away.
So Orryn is going to kind of get as close as he can. He can't. He's got 25 walking speed, so he can't like get around the 3/4 cover yet. And he will try to cast Firebolt at them.
Do you need line of sight?
Probably.
It's just a ranged attack. So if it's 3/4 cover, they'd have like +5. Yeah.
So you would have to kind of come around, like,
Okay.
kind of get it from an angle in to see them with you being short and them being short behind the wagon or the sled. Hey, Wiley, thanks for the host, buddy. So yeah, you're just going to be able to hit one. You just tell me the one on the left as you're looking at it, or the one
I'll go on the right
Okay.
side. Yeah. And I'll go at that angle to try to get it as clear a shot as possible,
Okay.
knowing they still have 3/4 cover.
Go for it.
Well, it's 17 before the 3/4 cover.
That is not going to do it. Your firebolt is going to just hit the pile of iron, flashing a big, huge, like kind of dissipation of the flame. It's going to smell like burnt leather, but to no effect despite the goblins shrieking in fear. Jaatuuli.
It's two of them, right?
There's two of them.
Okay.
Jaatuuli, you will be next to act.
All right. I will rush up there and go around the left flank of the sled covered in iron.
Okay.
Try to get one of them. So I can move 30 and they're within 20. So
okay, and then if you were going to be up on melee, the 3/4 cover will no longer apply to you. You technically be flanking them. The math cancels out, so it's just going to be a straight attack with them on the one you hit or the one you attack.
cool. I hit whenever the one's hiding on the left side of it.
Okay.
Got a 22 and I got a 9.
22 to hit, 9 for damage.
No, 22 to hit, 9 to hit.
So the first one will, the second one will not.
The first one gets 6 points of damage.
So you're going to rush around the corner and, I mean, just hack this thing. I'm not dead yet. But it's gonna collapse like in a mass, essentially
I
being
got in the collarbone, not in the head.
Yeah, but not by much. Yeah, game of inches here. So it's gonna collapse into just a kind of sad heap. Baldr is gonna be next to act.
We're
So
goblins.
if Jaatuuli went to the left, then I will go to the right and attack the goblin on the right.
Go for it.
That is a 23 to hit.
Okay. Yes.
All right, so that is a pretty sure D. Oh, D6. All right. That is 4 damage.
Okay.
With that, and then having connected, I'm going to try and just kind of left kick him right in the side of the head. Does a 15 hit?
It does.
All right, then I will hit with that. And that is 5 damage with the kick.
All right, go ahead and describe how you dispatch of this goblin.
I just kind of, as he's looking at Jaatuuli, the big lizard, just come in at his buddy and just start attacking. I come in from the right-hand side out of the snow, and it's a quick just once with the quarterstaff, and then just a kick right to the side of the face, and this poor goblin never saw it coming.
So, so we've got one goblin down, one horribly maimed, like Jaatuuli does, but at least still in one piece-ish, not eaten.
Piece-ish.
Kelroth, next to act.
I can't really see it, but I'm just gonna I don't know. I mean, seems like they got it. I'm just gonna take up a defensive posture and make sure there are no other goblins around.
You're going to take a quick scan of the area, and in the distance behind the sled, from your perspective, a large natural appearing fire about 25 feet off the ground becomes noticeable and also appears to be moving closer. And
Like a ball of fire is moving towards us?
slowly, yes.
Okay.
And along with the
Oh,
fire,
Jesus.
along with the
Holy.
fire that's cutting through the darkness, you hear the sound of a lashing whip, as well as animals placing very heavy footsteps in the snow while voicing their objection to the whipping sound.
Do
Like
we
demon god coming to like
well? Do we recognize the animals?
In about probably 18 seconds, you will.
Okay. Well, I guess okay. I'm just gonna be like, there's something coming. I'm just gonna let everyone know. I'm gonna stick near the 3 people that we're protecting, so I'm just gonna stay near them. But I'm gonna maybe try to angle myself a little bit so that I can see the party.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So we are back to Orryn. As even from your perspective, being closer to the sled, the ball of fire that appears to have come out of the darkness about 20 feet high, as it gets closer, you can see that it's basically a giant, like, open fire pit on the top of like a moving platform coming towards you.
Oh, jeez.
And it's your action.
So first things first, Orryn will try to take care of that last goblin,
Okay.
and will move just forward enough to where he can get around the wagon and hit it straight on
All right.
with firebolt. And 14 to hit.
It does not.
Okay.
This helpless goblin lying in a puddle of goo just gets some burnt cinders and ash from the even more frayed edges of the animal skin cover the cart had on it, protecting the iron.
Orryn, with the slagmot issue earlier, he's like, "What's with my aim today?" And then he just like goes and tries to use the rest of his movement to get behind the cart to also get cover from
Whatever's
the
coming.
platform.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Jaatuuli, next to act, as you stand there over the crippled goblin, being closer than everybody else. The thing that now comes out of the darkness, it still appears to be a cart. You notice it is on 2 giant skis. It appears to be pulled by 2 polar bears.
It's Santa.
Harnessed up. Futurama Santa. Very naughty.
Yeah.
2 polar bears hitched up in the exact same fashion that you would see horses hitched up to a wagon.
All right.
Yes.
Cool.
Okay. Jaatuuli, next to act.
So I rolled a 21 to hit.
The goblin in front of you.
Yeah.
All right. So I'll save you the arm strength. Just go ahead and tell me what hideous, horrendous thing you do to this poor little green bastard.
I just opened my mouth really wide and put it over the top of his head and take his whole head with me.
Oh, jeez.
And then spit it.
Green
So,
dragons.
so
As he spits it, I want to slowly like try and let the head hit the pot on my back to make like a gong sound.
Orryn can't see it over the cart, but he hears it, and he knows Jaatuuli well enough to know what just happened.
Yeah, you heard and then ding.
The sound of bones crunching.
as the now
After
polar
I do that, I quickly hide behind the steel
okay
and kind of like fly around the side, keeping an eye on on the doom sled, I guess, coming my way.
Doom.
Pretty
Dude.
much.
So as the cart sled gets closer, Jaatuuli in particular is going to recognize it as a goblin war sled.
What the?
Atop the war sled, patent pending, is a pair of goblins very similar to the ones that you just dispatched, as well as a larger, fatter goblin with twin scimitars and the whip, cracking it against the backs of the obviously objecting polar bears. And over the
Warhammer.
polar bear, yeah, right, there hangs like a stick with a lantern very similar to the one Kessel had, but this one gives off a purple glow.
Oh.
And
Um,
it's myself, I hope they weren't mad about that.
the large goblin is going to see Baldr as basically his closest target. And what did I do with that step block? Boom. He is going to heave a javelin out of a basket that he has basically right next to where he's steering the war wagon from. And he's going to heek this javelin at Baldr. 19 to hit.
That will hit.
And it will do 7 points of damage. Piercing.
Oof. I'm in a bad way.
Uh,
I take this javelin and it hits me in like the like upper chest area, and you see me like wince real bad as I like lean, pull back, and like try to lean forward and just kind of like pull it out, but can't get it out in one motion.
the large goblin laughs at your plight, and it is also your turn.
All right.
You guys are missing the
So-
best part. I can't believe I didn't put this up here. The picture,
Oh, you
the
have
picture,
a picture of
the
this
picture
thing?
for this is way cool.
Uh,
Boom. Goblin war cart.
All right. So, all right. That's very
Thing's
badass.
huge.
Yeah. And I guess he's on that like deck area.
The deck area, yes.
All right. Well, first off, I'm gonna try and get this javelin out of my damn upper chest, which would be best. And then I guess I'm gonna wing it back at him.
Okay. Give me medicine to be able to pull it out like straight
Pull it out.
without
Alright.
breaking it. I don't know if that's medicine.
So that would be medicine. Like make sure I don't like rip, like tear anything or anything.
Yeah, but that's
do
like it
anything
doesn't
like
really
that.
take care of the javelin. But yeah, all right. I'll
I'm-
make sure you don't die. If you don't die, you
Yeah,
can throw it
alright.
back.
All right. Surprisingly enough, I am proficient in that. So that is a 21.
Yeah, you're gonna pull it out straight and true, leaving no shards of wood or anything. And yeah,
I want to like pull it out and then just kind of like look at it and just give it the old crow hop and just right back at him.
Okay, he's gonna be about 30 feet away, so you should be fine.
Okay. That is that would be 17.
17 does hit.
All right. What would is that a D6 or a D8?
Javelin's D6, I believe.
1d6 plus 2.
Okay. So that's 7 points of damage.
All right.
So 7 right back at him.
7 against the goblins gonna be a little better. You're gonna hit him a little more towards the center of
Center mass.
yeah, the center of the chest.
right.
You hear the crack of his sternum and his ribs. He's knocked back from the railing on the war sled. The other 2 goblins flanking him on either side seem somewhat confused about what to do next, and it is Kelroth's action.
All right. Just
Okay.
real quick, just know that like I after doing that, I just kind of like give it the old like I throw it and then just kind of like slump down, like expending a lot of energy doing that.
What's your total?
I'm at a third of my health right now.
Yeah.
That's
What's the
Cincy
number
bean.
though?
Oh, I'm at 7.
7.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
I'm at
that's
single digits right now.
Still not worth it to use my ability on you. I will. Yeah, I will just. See, I'm gonna go to Baldr, and I'm gonna cast Cure Wounds because that's what I do. Let's see. Ooh. So that's gonna be 14 points of healing.
Ooh.
Oh shit! Hell yeah!
Yeah, all right. That's almost as
Alright,
good as you gave Kessel.
I am, dude. You, having felt that, you seem like the slump get taken right out of me. I am standing back full at attention.
All right, very nice. The 2
And
sorry.
yeah, I guess I can't really. That was my action, so I'm just gonna take up a defensive position in this area. Not that does anything.
the fairy family has hunkered down behind you, terrified. They're probably never leaving their town ever again.
Yep.
So
That'll show
the
them.
2 goblins on the war sled hop off. They are going to move the entirety.
Sorry, how many goblins are on the war sled?
There's 3.
Three?
There's
Three all day.
3
The
all
big
day.
one and 2
Yeah.
regular ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Oh, give him a goblin stat block. I know it is. Okay, so those 2 are also going to throw. They're going to use a little short bow, and shoot at Baldr from where they are. That's not going to get it done. And an 11.
Nope.
Okay. They're both going to miss, clearly intimidated by the large javelin that just stuck into their boss. It's going to be the end of their turn, and we are going to go back up top to Orryn.
Orryn is going to try to draw their attention away from Baldr. It's like, you guys leave my friends alone, running out from, like, kind of trying to approach them a decent bit, and he'll cast Firebolt to, he'll go and aim at the boss.
Okay.
Say the boss.
His monster title is Goblin Boss, so yes.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, awesome.
Way to go, Wizards.
Of course, I rolled a 14 total, so, you know.
Yeah,
probably
that
miss.
is not going to get it done. Your cold streak.
Continues.
All right, sorry. And now we have no viewers. The stream's over. Everybody have a great weekend.
Oh,
Thanks, you
the
guys.
sadness.
So 3rd shot in a row. Not that I'm keeping track.
Yep. There's the 1, and then I rolled 2 7s.
Hits the cart basically on the little kind of wall of the platform underneath where the goblin boss is currently standing.
Orryn almost looks like a little kid getting frustrated, like stomping his foot into the ground.
I have a toddler. I know exactly what that looks like.
Exactly.
All right, Jaatuuli, next to act. I think you're muted, buddy. You are muted. I can't hear you.
Well,
There you go.
I'm speaking.
There you go.
I was talking to myself secretly. Okay, so I'm behind the pile of steel or iron ingots there,
Yes.
and you said they hopped off and started moving over here.
They hopped off. They have come as far as like essentially the square behind the polar bears, but in like adjacent to them. They haven't come past the polar bears.
All right. Well, I'm going to run up to the nearest one and take a hack at him.
Okay.
So I kind of step out from behind and give him a big war growl and start running towards him. The nearest one. Let's see. I got a 14 on that one. And I got a 20 on the next one, not natural.
The 20 will hit.
All right. Chop for 5 points of damage with an axe.
Okay. So very similar to the goblin from before. Definitely out of the fight, but not dead. As you ran by the polar bear, while stationary, it's going to kind of swivel its head and take a bite of opportunity.
I can relate to that.
For a 19 to hit.
Yep, that hits. I'm not even mad because I would do that.
For 6 damage, piercing.
I'm going to eat that polar bear. I was going to let him go. Now I'm going to eat him.
So, all right. The goblin boss on the top of the platform is going to take his shot also at Jaatuuli with a javelin. It's going to be a 16.
No, I batted away.
Frustrated, he's going to stay up there and scream something in Goblin? Yeah, so to speak.
I don't speak Goblin.
Something to the other two, well, the one remaining Goblin and the puddle of whatever that is soon to no longer be a Goblin. How many tenses can I use in one sentence?
That sack.
All right. Baldr, it's going to be you. You've got one on your side, probably about 10 feet away. Also going to provoke a bite of opportunity attack from the bear. The one, you are not on the same side as the one Jaatuuli attacked. Your goblin is fresh.
Okay. So is he still like at the top of the like his war wagon?
No, they're on the ground.
They came down now?
Yeah, it's going to be, like I said, basically in the square right behind the polar bear's butt, but to one side.
Okay. Can I move like out to and then into, like, so that way I don't provoke it, like come in at its hindquarters and still like at the goblin, or I'm like still gonna just have to like
Yeah. Do you still have 30 feet?
I mean,
of
I can.
Do you have 30 feet of movement?
I got 40 feet of movement.
You're good.
So...
You do make it then. I was like, I'm drawing squares here real quick.
So I want to kind of like shift out to the right of the polar bear and then come in at his hindquarters, so that way he can't like snap back at me, so that way since he's still in his harness. And
you're gonna attack.
you're gonna come at the
Oh, it was.
Yeah, attack the goblin.
Okay, I was gonna say, you're gonna attack the polar bear. All right. All right.
No,
I got you. I got you.
no.
I got you.
I have no beef with this polar bear.
It's drinking a Coke, minding its business.
That's gonna be a 10 to hit.
No, it does not
All
get
right,
it done.
so that one misses, and I'm gonna go for an unarmored attack, and that's another 10, so that's gonna miss too.
Full of sound and fury, signifying nothing. Your little goblin is still safe, and Kelroth, you to act.
Okay. I am. So there's still 3 goblins, right?
Two
Just
and
two.
2 and change.
Okay. And then there are polar bears.
Yes, hitched to a very large, heavy wagon.
Yes. Let me just check one thing here. Wait. Okay. I'm going to cast Bless
Okay.
on Orryn.
I can't
On
watch,
Baldr
I
Proudly
can't watch
hit.
you go out like this, buddy.
and Jaatuuli.
Nice.
Nice.
And so for the next minute, so the next 10
I got it.
turns, you guys can, when you attack or you make a saving throw, you can add a d4 to your total.
Nice.
Thank you.
So you're gonna
Just
feel
a little extra bonus.
You are going to feel a divine, like, warmth, but not from any god either of you have experienced. It comes with a kind of euphoric feeling that is not just like revering something or in awe. There's a sadness and a hopefulness to the kind of divine power that you are suddenly feeling.
And that is my turn.
And seed.
And I am out of spells, so.
All right,
Good
so
job.
that's that. The goblin in front of Jaatuuli is going against his better meta judgment to try and just kind of skulk, drag himself as far away as possible, provoking an opportunity attack. If you want to just go.
All right. I will do as the polar bears do. And I got a 23 on that one. Thank you for the blessing.
Oh, yay.
So yeah, we'll just go ahead and just tell me what you do to this poor thing.
All right. As it goes to walk away, I grab it by the back of the neck, sink in, and then fling it a couple of feet back.
It's going to go flying back basically over your shoulder, come crashing into the rocky embankment of the excavation site, and sound like you dropped a bag of wooden planks off of like a 4-story building.
Schmack.
Crunch, flatter, a light splat. Dispatching of that goblin entirely. Boom. All right. And back up to the top to Orryn. All right, come on, little buddy. Come on, buddy. I'm rooting for you.
Orryn
I'm rooting
is
for
going
you.
to attack the goblin again with Firebolt.
Yeah.
And with the D4. It's a 12 total, so.
Dude, I'm gonna give you.
Well,
I'm gonna end up giving you inspiration for connecting on a spell. Like that's like where we're going. Hey, buddy, here.
Wait, do I have inspiration right now?
When you connect, yeah, man. I thought this was it.
I did
So-
too.
all right.
It was non without blood.
Okay.
So. Orryn is just like
So it's a 12 with bless.
It's
That's
a
a
12
12
with
with
bless.
Are you rolling like a D30? Like, what are you doing, buddy? Good lord. Okay. So,
You need to put a sight on that.
I rolled a 2. I rolled a 2 on the die.
dude, you
on
need
the D20.
you need dice jail, son. Like severely.
Yes.
Jail Guantanamo Bay, or dice Guantanamo Bay. All right, so a fourth now firebolt
Four in a row.
flies errant, once again hitting the cart. The
I'd have to get
injured
back to just sword bursting.
the injured goblin boss, despite being injured, doesn't seem too worried about his one goblin. He still has 2 polar bears. All right,
I want to
so-
look at the goblin boss and just don't worry about him. Your fight is with me.
all right, so Orryn went. Jaatuuli. Oh wait, hold on. Right.
Yeah.
Oh no, yes, it is your turn. Your last thing was the attack of opportunity. So
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
legit your turn.
All right. So I'm turning my axes onto the goblin nearest me.
You're gonna have to cross behind, like the polar bears, in between them and the wagon. You have the movement speed to do it, but you're just gonna have to go like basically behind them.
Okay. I'll do it.
Okay.
So that one was a 15. And oh fuck yeah, 25 on that one.
Okay. So both of them are gonna hit. I imagine
right.
that this is gonna be the end of this goblin, at least.
It could be. You never know. 6 and 2, so 8 points of damage to him.
You were going to basically cleave this thing in 3 pieces, like Neapolitan ice cream. Just boom.
Oh,
Cut it straight in
Hell yeah.
thirds. The goblin boss, in his panic, is going to tug at the harnesses for the polar bears, setting them free from their constrictions.
Damn it.
To the cart. And he is now going to throw his javelin at Jaatuuli for a nat 1, so no go.
he drops it like.
Yeah, just fumbled it in his hand. That's going to be it for the goblin boss. Baldr, all you have is 2 polar bears that are now loose and a goblin boss on top of the war sled.
He's back up on top.
The boss has always been on top.
Yeah, he stayed up there.
Yeah,
Well, that's what I was
Oh.
asking. Like I was asking if he was still up there.
he's still up there. The other 2 weren't.
All right. How tall is this?
It's like to the platform, probably 20 feet.
All right. I guess I'm gonna try and jump up there if that's possible.
Yeah, it's like kind of made of small like sticks, branches. You can get a foothold. It's not icy or anything. It's wood, plus it's warmed from the big fire inside.
Okay. Then I guess I'm gonna jump up there and attempt to attack him.
Okay. Yeah, so you'll climb up the side of it, get in the one of the 2, or I guess the space between him and the edge. He's in the middle. And do whatever it is you're gonna do.
All right. That staff is gonna miss with a 9.
Yeah, I know.
And then I'm gonna try and that one's gonna miss with an 8. So I'm just gonna be up there and I'm gonna just swing just wildly and just forget all of my training.
Just unfocused.
Yeah, just
I don't-
unfocused.
I don't know what his AC is, but you don't every attack you get to add a D4.
Oh, it would have been, let's see.
I don't know if you-
A 13
No.
Oh, okay.
and a 11.
No.
Okay.
There you
Yeah,
go.
see.
I wasn't sure what.
All right, so let me make sure I got everything.
Even with my bless, I'm still whiffing up there.
2, 3, Okay, cool. I'm just keeping track of the bless. All right, so that's the end of Baldr's turn. Kelroth up next.
Yeah, so these polar bears, are they still attached to this thing, or are they like running loose?
They are now loose.
Okay, do they seem to have intents on eating us?
One of them seems a little.
Or are they kind of like wild?
They're free. Their desire to be free is more to get away from anything than it appears to be savage. Like they might just run off.
Okay, I'm gonna make an animal handling check. I'm going to attempt to like make myself big and just be like, yeah, get out of here, and try and like scare them off into like make them not want to fight us.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
That's how you handle mountain lions too, man. Just get all big and get out of
Yeah, no, I'm good.
15?
One of them definitely, the one that hasn't been attacked, definitely kind of senses its opportunity to escape and seems to make a point to not get near anybody for fear of its own life. And it takes off into, just off into the tundra into the darkness. And the other one seems a little calmer than it was. And its situation may be more that it feels that it is trapped and does not have a way out.
Okay, cool. Once I see that, I'm a decent away from it, but I'm gonna back away from it, like I'm giving it space,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna end my turn.
Okay. Very nice. All right. So all the goblins are dead. The polar bear that's left is going to.
Oh, the one up top is still
The goblin boss up top.
The little goblin.
Yeah, those are dead. So all that's
Okay,
left
yeah.
is him and the polar bear. The polar bear no longer seems aggressive. And its turn, it's just going to kind of spend giving itself a little bit of space, maybe waiting for somebody else to move before it takes off.
Okay.
Boom. All right, so on Kelroth. And then the polar bear. Okay. Back to Orryn. Still blessed, but
At this point, Orryn is so frustrated over missing, he doesn't even care how close he is to the polar bear. He just wants to hit the damn goblin. So he's going to cast Firebolt very angrily. And he...
Channel that rage.
Oh, okay. Here's the good news.
Uh-huh.
I rolled a 14 on the dice, but without the blast. So 16 total.
yes, that's going to get it done.
Yay!
All right.
Yay, buddy.
Hey! Big damage.
I know I've rolled the 7. That's the third 7 I've rolled on this streak. So without the blast, I'm pretty sure I would have missed. So thank you.
So it's
3 fire damage.
okay.
Finally did some damage in this combat.
Oh yeah.
So the goblin, not having been hit in a while, is now singed. He's gonna take like a pretty big singe. Fireball blowback, a little slower, still, just hanging in there. Jaatuuli, you next, buddy.
Is the remaining polar bear the one that bit me?
Yes.
All right. I rage out.
Oh no.
Ah! I'm going to get
Are
revenge.
you raging?
Polar bear. Yes, I'm officially raging.
Whoa.
So with my blast.
You're gonna scare the hell out of this bear.
And what do you get for raging?
I-
Plus 2 damage. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's just damage.
So 16 on the first and 17, 22 on the second one.
Both are gonna hit.
All right.
And this is the
So
polar bear, yeah?
Yeah, this is
Okay.
the polar bear. So he takes 17 damage.
Upon this grievous infliction of wounds, the polar bear is now absolutely sure it wants no part of this. it's going to back up, smash into the war sled in such a forceful manner while making its escape. I'm going to need Baldr and the goblin boss to make a dex save so that they don't fall off the wagon.
Sorry.
It's all right.
He's good at deck stuff.
Yeah.
He's the
No,
monk.
I'm fine. That
And
is,
if it's a saving throw, you can add a D4
Yeah,
because you're blessed.
right.
And this is actually the last round too.
Oh, nice. So that's a 22 for me.
Okay, so you are going to make your save. The goblin boss is going to tumble over the railing and plummet into the snow head first, taking 8 damage.
Ouch.
Did he die from the fall?
No, but he's not doing well. It's that
That would've been
leg
funny.
It's that leg twitch thing.
Yeah.
It's now going to be Baldr.
So having seen him fall off almost comically, I'm just going to kind of take a dart out of my pack and throw a dart at him.
Okay.
I like that. Here,
Throw it in his butt.
yeah,
I mean, it's
shank. I mean, if it's a lawn dart, dude, that'll.
And I whiffed it with a 1.
Oh no.
Oh. Stationary target. All right, so that's also going to be the last bless of the last.
But it lasts a minute, so that's 10 rounds of combat.
It's not 10 people. Everybody gets 6 seconds, so 10 total actions from people for a minute.
Oh, that is not how I understood the spell. It just lasts for a minute.
Yeah. A minute has passed.
Yeah, 10.
But a round is 6 seconds, and then
an action is 6 seconds, and it's I've been tracking it. With everybody that acts is 6 seconds. So back 10 actions from here.
I'm under the impression that how it works. This is fine. It doesn't matter. That everyone's turn is effectively in a round is happening at the same time. So each
one
round is
Okay.
6 seconds,
All
not
right.
each person's action. But
Okay, so
whatever, it
that's
doesn't
fine.
matter.
No, you're good. You still have
Okay.
way to go then.
Yeah. It should
Okay.
last a while.
Okay, so it's still blessed. Baldr whiffs with the dart. Kelroth.
Oh, what? It's me?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Came around quick. Wait. So the polar bears are gone.
Polar
the guy
bears
fell
are-
in the snow.
He's not doing well,
There's
Okay.
one polar bear on its way.
and both the polar bears are buggered off.
Jeez. I guess like. I don't think I'm gonna do anything. Yep, I don't need to do anything. Yep, I'm just gonna stay patient. I'll just take like the dodge action in case he comes at me.
Highly unlikely, but okay.
Yes.
Um,
I don't think anyone needs my help. We're good.
Orryn's gonna be back to the top. One sad
Orryn,
little crumpled goblin.
Orryn will cast Firebolt.
Go for it, buddy.
He's feeling pretty confident after the one hit, even though it was due to the bless. So he's gonna go again. So 16 before the bless, 20 total.
Yes.
20 total.
Yeah, nice.
I'm gonna go ahead and assume
Finally.
that you polish this thing off. So go ahead and tell me what your spell looks like as it finishes off the fat goblin.
So, I'll pull out my little device that almost looks like a matchlock pistol to channel the firebolt through. And I guess he's just starting to get his head out of the snow. And as soon as he looks up, he just sees a ball of fire coming towards him, hitting him right in the face, searing it so that Tenta can have rare seared face instead of
I appreciate that.
Orryn just gives you a thumbs up. His frustrations are finally over. He's happy again.
And you got a
I
little
need like a pepper grinder on my side so I can...
a fresh ground of pepper. That's Saturday Night Live's good. So the goblin is charred. The wagon is slightly askew from where it was. There are goblin bodies everywhere. A cart or a sled full of iron bars, and a family of 3 all standing out in the darkness of the Icewind Dale tundra as we resolve combat. You guys are free to act.
That other
I
polar
wanna-
bear made it away from me.
They fucked off.
I want to investigate the cart that they were riding around in.
Okay.
I guess I just want to like look around and see what's going on there. It looks pretty big, so there's got to be at least something in there. If not, we can freaking stay in there the night and then head back to town in the morning.
It is basically a big, essentially 10, probably 15 foot by 15 foot square stacked 2 high. In the middle, there is a large brazier that's burning, keeping the interior warm. It appears to look like it's used for goblin transport or also as like a freight vehicle as well. There's plenty of room in the bottom part of the wagon, just a ramp in the back, a hitch on the back as well. The fire's burning. There's nothing inside, no work area, no nothing. And it just, like I said, it just appears to be a large cart used for either freight or for, goblin troop transport.
I imagine we can stay in here tonight. I kind of want to like look back at everyone as we might get our rest in here before traveling.
Orryn agrees, but first he wants to check to see if the goblins had anything on them.
The goblins all are going to have a perfect 2-inch cube of brimstone. That feels a little warm to the touch in the same way that the crystal from inside the cave did. But it looks like a piece of charcoal. It's not shiny or glass-like or crystal-like in any way. The goblin boss is going to have 10 pieces of silver and 2 cloudy greenish colored vials of liquid.
Cloudy green vials. Boogers. Okay. So we have some respite here. There wasn't any more goblins.
No.
There's not anything hiding in the wagon or anything.
Nope.
Is there anything of value in the wagon or anything like that, or is it just kind of like
utilitarian?
Okay.
You believe that they were going to use this wagon to steal the sled of iron from the drow.
That's why I didn't want the polar bears to get away. I was trying to use this to get back to town. I'm not.
They would not listen to us.
Hey, I was willing to pull it, but I mean, if 2 polar bears are gonna pull it, hey.
Polar bears would have bitten us, or Jaatuuli would have eaten them. So
It's all right.
Orryn
not-
says,
I was damn sure gonna bring back bear burgers for the whole town.
yeah, it was
Polar bear
polar bear
head.
sausage.
Yeah.
Orryn says, don't worry, I'll be sure to keep an eye on you all while you pull the cart. You have
Fantastic.
moral support.
If there's nothing else, I mean, we could take a short rest. I don't know if we want to camp out here for a long rest, but we could take a short rest if people feel like they want to top up on some hit points. Otherwise, we should just get marching, right?
I
Doesn't
think
seem to be
we
anything
can
else
go
of
back
value.
when we're done and can take long rests.
Yeah. How long is a short rest? It's like an hour, right?
Yeah.
It's an
Mhm.
hour.
It's up to you guys. I mean, I'm okay, but I don't have any spells, but a short rest isn't going to give my spells back anyways. So,
I've got a lot of hit points. I
okay.
took a big old bite, but I'm cool.
I mean, if
Okay.
everybody's fine to walk, then
Yeah, then let's get home.
yeah.
I guess we're gonna. We're gonna have to head to East Haven to drop off the fairy family, but then we're gonna need to take the iron to Brinchander.
I mean, we can walk to Brinchander first. If the fairy family can't get out of the wilderness, then I mean,
Then they deserve death.
I think it's pretty clear that they can't. So we're gonna have to take them back. I sort of mean I mean this. I hope I don't even care if they're listening. They're more of a burden than like the iron is, in that like we're gonna have to take care of them, whereas like nobody's gonna kill the iron bars. So
Yeah, I like where your head's at.
yeah. So maybe I think we should take them back first, or at least like get them close enough so that like
either way we're hitching.
They're
I mean,
safe.
either way we're walking this. I mean,
Right,
we're hitching
exactly.
ourselves up to this cart and starting to walk. So if that's just it's just where we're stopping first.
Okay.
But
Mhm.
I mean, I would say
Plus,
stop
we
at
actually we don't really know the way to Brinchander from where we are, but we know if we follow the path back, we can get back to East Haven. So it's probably
Exactly.
safer to just walk back to East Haven.
exactly.
Hey, Manny, you
So-
said that the big fat goblin had 2 scimitars, right?
Yes.
The Jaatuuli goes over and grabs both of them and throws one of them to each of the family. Walk.
Jesus.
Nice. So, all right. So you guys took a short rest? Yeah.
No.
No.
No,
Okay.
trudging on.
So after you get done kind of going through the bodies of the various shades of goblin, while you're making your decision to drag the wagons while the sword-wielding fairy family fence for themselves, you notice the return of the fireflies that you saw while crossing the spine
Right.
of the World Mountains. They seem to be a bigger swarm for everybody. The 4 of you have them. The fairy family does not. And
Like
after
none of them are going around the fairy family.
no.
Oh,
And
because they're not cool enough.
as the fireflies kind of dissipate in the same way that they appeared, you are once again hit by little tiny snowballs.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
And didn't the one people say that the snowballs were like a sort of blessing?
that's true actually, or because they said these are like pixies or fairies or sprites or something like that.
Ask the fairy people if they know anything about it.
About what?
Like I said, you don't see anything. It's just the fireflies and then the
Well, that's
snowballs.
what I'm saying. That they obviously the fireflies had no effect on them. I kind of want to look at them as these fireflies have no interest in your kind.
They all just kind of shrug. They're cold. They're miserable. Whatever. Fireflies. Let's go, man. I'm sick. My old man's gonna die.
Yeah, I mean, it's probably more just like we're more interesting to the sprites than poor people.
Withering old people.
Yeah.
She's
That's my assumption, anyways.
She's pretty spry. So
Yeah, she's young, right?
yeah.
Like,
So's the
yeah.
brother. They're in their 20s, and then the old
oh,
man.
okay.
But it's Icewind Dale, so like old man's probably like 45. Like, oh man, you're
Yeah, right.
you're on your way out, bro. Good run. So Jaatuuli and Baldr are gonna what hitch it, like, and you guys are gonna basically just yoke it back. To
Yeah,
town?
like, or
Yeah.
I guess like harness like around the chest and then like put it over the rope that's holding the pot on my back.
Okay.
Man muscle.
Well, lizard.
And I guess I'll just stick with the family.
Okay.
They've got swords. They don't need our help anymore.
So it's a little rough getting your footing to get the sled finally to move. After a couple of good solid minutes of struggling, eventually you get your feet underneath yourselves and you become, in unison with your steps. Eventually getting it going. And after probably about 4 kind of diligent hours dragging the sled, the lights of East Haven kind of come into view. As you continue to drag, horns begin to blare from, I guess, the sentry posts outside of town. And within a couple of minutes, Hlyn Trollsbane and a couple of militia members have kind of met you out on the road with draft horses and beasts of burden to help you drag it the rest of the way into town, stopping right by the town hall.
Orryn says to Jaatuuli and Baldr, he says, "Shoo, it was exhausting watching you all pull that sled this whole way. I can't imagine how you feel. I was tired just watching you all."
It's pretty heavy.
A tall, thin, kind of wiry, jittery man stands on the front of this large thatch building with double doors and the crest of East Haven on the door. He introduces himself as, I am Speaker Wayland, and if it is not too much, I would hope that I could have a moment of your time to both discuss the happenings of East Haven, as well as thank you for the return of the Fairy family.
Be our pleasure.
After what happened to our last adventuring party, you must understand that we are always leery sending people out into the tundra. The last time we did, we trusted that wizard, and he killed the party. Our last hope from these towns.
Yeah, well, we kind of just followed a lead and found these people. We also found this iron that we're supposed to be returning to Brynshander, to the blacksmith that's there.
Yes, I know those dwarves well. I believe they're the last smithy in town. Bringing that to them helps all of us. If I may ask, did you find anything else while you were out?
Well, you'll have to be more specific. Is there something that you wanted us to find, or that that? I mean, we found goblins and
He's gonna kind of
polar bears.
He's gonna look around in the streets to make sure nobody's listening. A magic cauldron got stolen from the wet trout the other day, and its return to the city would wrest the grip of this town from the cult of Orryn to the people once again. If we could have this, we could feed people. We could show that we can protect the citizens, and the more they believe the citizens can provide for themselves, the less they'll be apt to believe in this crazy cult.
What's the cauldron look like? What's it do?
Hearing this, I just kind of like unstrap it from my back, and would this happen to be the cauldron you're looking for?
Yes. That's it. I believe to be a man of the law that if you decide, we will return it to its rightful owners, or you could be a kind soul and donate it to the cause of the people of Icewind Dale.
I want one more bowl. And you could take it.
Who is its rightful owner if it did not belong to the trout, if it was taken from there?
The trout is the rightful owner, but they're oral worshippers. If we return this to them, they'll use it to feed their kind and grow their numbers, while the people of East Haven will starve.
Just quick question. What's the trout? What's the
wet trout was
That was the other bar.
The
that
other
we
bar
didn't
you
stay
did.
at.
Oh, got it. Okay, so like it belongs to the owners of that establishment.
yes.
Okay.
Nymetra
And
Miskin. A white dragon
Okay,
born.
we have not met that person.
Yeah.
Cool. Go ahead.
Well, screw them. Nothing that we do should aid such a miserable cult.
You have to promise that this goes truly to feed those in need, those truly suffering in this time.
Oh, I will. I can't lose control of this town the way Bryn Shander and Targos have lost control to the cult.
Orryn asks, he says, and if we donate it, could you potentially help us drag this thing of iron to Bryn Shander? Could we borrow your beasts of burden?
I would see that it done, as its delivery will benefit all of us fighting against this awful curse.
So Orryn just nods his head like, to him it's a done deal.
Agreed.
We cannot let this cult take root. All Oral wants is suffering, misery, and cruelty. She will not stop until we have fallen to her level. At this point, Hlyn Trollsbane is going to make his way to the party. I've got to go. I've got to get to Targos. It's obvious that the lottery is rigged here. I have to make sure it's not rigged in Targos as well. If you would, meet me there whenever you can, but be careful. That place is not to be trusted, nor are the people in it. Don't trust anybody who's not me.
The people where?
Targos.
In Targos?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Okay. How far away is Targos?
It's going to be 2 towns over. It's going to be Bryn Shander next, and then it is the next town.
Oh, it's in the other direction.
Yes.
So we went right. It's to the left.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a lot closer to Bryn Shander than East Haven is.
Okay.
It's super
cool.
close.
Okay. We're gonna deliver this iron, and then we'll see where that leads us.
Don't we still have that place in the north that we can go look at too?
Well, we have a bunch of things we can do.
Yeah, that's north of the Lonely Wood. That's going to be everything on this side in the meta sense is done. The iron was the only thing that was over here. That was east of East Haven. all the stuff in East Haven, then Bryn Shander, Targos, and then north of Targos is the Lonely Wood with the acolyte of Lathander.
Okay. So it's
And then we
easier
have-
to go through Targos.
We also have like we could investigate or try to investigate more about where that red wizard went, and there's also that woman and like the companion that went missing.
Where he went was in a pyre.
Okay, well, I mean before that. Apparently he found something. We're supposed to find that thing that he found, like a source of power maybe or something like that.
Dun, dun, dun.
We were tasked with that. Yeah, and then avarice.
We can also go back to the mayor and ask any questions about the Inquisition and what they know about them digging, because they obviously knew that the Drow were there. So-
The mayor or the speaker of East Haven.
Oh yeah, that's who we're talking to right now.
No. I'm talking about when we go back to
Bryn Shander.
Bryn Shander. Talk to Duvesta.
Duvessa.
Duvesta
Like you mean
Shane?
like confront her about potentially being associated with Drow?
I mean, ask them what they know. I mean, they were
Get stabbed in
excavating.
the face.
Ask them what they know about that giant, the giant skeleton.
Okay, well we don't actually have any evidence like specifically
I'm not.
saying that.
I'm not pointing any fingers, but I'm saying like we ran into Drow and they were in an area with a giant skeleton. What do you know about this?
She'll probably say nothing because she specifically told us to deal with the Drow, so she
Oh, I'm just
positioned herself as being like, I don't know anything about them. They're bad. Go get them.
But I mean, that may be like something that has to do with this area. I'm not from this area, so I don't know like why there would be a frozen skeleton in a wall.
Oh, I just mean more like I don't think she'll know anything. That's all.
I mean, you never know.
All right, so
I mean, if we're going to that area,
or if
we
she
might as
does,
well.
she probably won't say.
so
Anyways, did you guys give the guy the cauldron?
Yeah, to give to
might
the
as well.
people, not to the cult.
Yeah, as long as I told him, as long as he gave it to the people.
Okay, so cauldron returned to Speaker Whalen.
yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
So
And is there anything else we need to do here? Check in on that
Sleep.
fairy family, or are we just gonna head out?
Sleep.
Oh wait, do we want to like? Oh wait,
Check
what about
him-
that
I'm-
ghost? Or is it maybe it's long gone, but maybe that ghost is still chilling. Go talk to your ghost friend.
We just brought it into this world. It's
I
just
mean,
like
I
I'm
mean,
trapped
I
here
didn't.
now.
can I go now, you guys?
I was like,
So the dock where the ghost was last seen by you is not too far away. It is still dark, surprisingly enough.
want to go check on your ghost buddy?
It's not my ghost, buddy.
If
Well, I mean, I
anybody,
didn't
it's
talk
Orryn's
to him.
ghost buddy. You were the one in on the
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
seance.
I mean, I
Yeah,
held
Well,
up.
Orryn had drank a whole glass of beer. Can you blame him for how
But
he
you know,
acted?
but you, someone communicated with. I thought it was you.
I mean,
Baldr.
yeah,
Yeah. You
I
made a
may have-
connection.
I'm.
You're like best
All
friends
right,
now.
all right. So
No,
you want
just
me to
playing.
go? You want me to go be the medium?
Well,
Me,
I mean, the ghost listened to you. It
Me,
didn't
a
kill
monk
us.
at a seance. You, a nature spirit, pissed off that we didn't do the ritual right. We shared a moment. Then you sent
mean,
me
we
off to
have no-
kidnap people. Call me.
We actually don't know who the ghost was, or like the spirit. We could go punch some halflings, find out what they know about the ghost.
Listen here, you little bastards.
Hey, what do you know?
Yeah, look at what you made us do. We were out there, we got attacked, there were drow. This is all your fault, you know? No, okay. I'm just playing around. But what would
I
you
mean,
like
we-
to do?
I say we just head back to Bryn Shander.
Shander.
Okay.
But it is,
That is
keep
what
in
we
mind,
shall do.
it was like, what, close to midnight when
Yeah,
we
it
headed out.
it
so-
has been a while since
Yeah.
you took a long
It's
rest.
probably like morning-ish. Should we rest and then go?
Oh, definitely,
Long rest.
definitely.
Okay.
Return to our rooms that we never actually slept in.
Yes, they will be at the. What was the other? It
It's the other inn, not the wet
Yeah,
trout,
not the
but
wet
the
trout.
Was
The
it another, not the Northbrook,
the white lady.
there you go.
yes.
Yeah, let's go back to the white lady, get a full night's rest, and then return to Bryn Shander.
All right. So the same innkeep from earlier, basically in the evening, is there. She seems to have just gotten the bar back together after the seance gone wrong. She shows you to the rooms that Trollsbane had arranged for you. One room for each of you, and in an adjoining room to one of you, you hear the kind of panicked sounds of halflings trying to wake one of them up.
Uh-oh. Well, before, I'm gonna tip the proprietor of this establishment 2 gold pieces and apologize for the mess that we made.
I don't blame you. I blame Ronaldo. He hasn't.
Yeah.
He hasn't done a successful seance yet. I can't believe he still gets people to go in on him with him.
Nah, it's okay. Here's 2 gold. I got plenty. Use that to like recoup your losses. And then when we're up there and we hear I'll knock on the door of the halflings. Tick, tick, tick. Hello?
Go away. We're fine. He's just resting. Please, we're fine.
Are you sure you don't need any help in there?
We're positive. We're hoping this is going to be a growing experience for Ronaldo.
And nobody's dying in there. Nobody needs to say hello to my lizard friend.
You just said it was Ronaldo.
He looks. You hear like kind of a long pause. No, we've seen him way worse. He'll be fine.
Okay, all right. I'm absolving myself of responsibility.
I tried.
Good night.
Are you doing the whole Vegas car dealer thing?
Yeah, I'm like, no, okay, all right.
All right.
I prefer sleep, which is what I will do.
So you will go each to your rooms, heavily exhausted, pockets full of
definitely.
random stuff that you have acquired,
I have a map. Oh, that's right. I have a map.
and the satisfaction of knowing that you saved the kidnapped citizens of East Haven.
Yeah.
And I got to eat
I
drought.
didn't get a reward.
And a hag that somehow didn't poison you because I think you rolled a hell of a constitution roll, yeah?
Yeah.
Like a
Okay.
19 plus.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That's what
the
yeah.
night will blur into the next day. Who really knows?
Sure.
Um,
Yeah.
And you will all awaken, refreshed and well rested in your beds, ready to take on the world and head to Bryn Shander. And at that point, that's where we will leave it for this evening. Very nicely done.
Very nice.
A lot of combat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I clicked the long rest button and I've gotten all of my spells and stats back.
Everything
Nice.
jumps back up like miraculously.
Well, I mean, I only lost 3 hit points
Okay. With
from
the-
a stalactite.
Yeah, icicle.
Yeah.
All right. So yeah, that's episode 5. Things are kind of moving along. We have
Yeah.
places to go, people to see, and most importantly, a couple of plot threads still to kind of to tug on. All right, let's do outros. We'll do everybody talking about themselves since you already missed or you already saw their characters. And let's get out of here. I'll say goodbye, and we will have an announcement for the channel right before we go off the air. So let's start with Dustin. We'll go back around the horn.
My name is Dustin. I am mostly a DM, but this time I am a player. And I'm enjoying trying to play a non-conventional character. And yeah, that's about it, you know?
Nice. Yeah, the pacifist thing definitely is cool. It's definitely like an added component to a lot of this, and done pretty well too. So it's not just like, yeah, I'm just gonna stand back here and smoke a cigarette. Good luck, you guys.
And I'm not getting mad at anyone.
Yes, don't Bruce Banner out.
Not yet.
Yeah.
Well, that's true, but I
We'll
haven't.
see how many more pots I eat out of.
You'll
all right.
see. You'll see.
All right. Let's go to Lewis, who played Baldr this evening.
Hi, I'm Lewis. Playing Baldr. Having an extreme time playing this. This is my first monk. Normally I'm a chef, so tonight had a little special feel, tugging on the heartstrings tonight. So definitely loved it.
Stick your finger in the food. Taste it.
That's right.
Did you taste this?
Gotta taste it. I gave it a little, the little pinky taste.
Yeah, awesome. And so far, nothing bad has happened to you as a result. So far, so good.
So far, so good. Well, not gonna push my luck, but you know what? You live life, right?
Yeah. All right. Our big, strong lizard man, and who probably is close to his own avatar in real life. Tenta, go, buddy.
I am Tenta. I play Jaatuuli, and I am a seasoned barbarian player, as well as a real-life semi-barbarian. And I'm having a lot of fun. This is my second lizard folk that I've played. My last one was a very, very evil cleric. So I just kind of have a kinship with the lizard folks, and I'm having a great time. Check me out on Twitter at RipTentaSqueeze if you want to check me out further.
Fantastic. And we will finish up with Landon.
I'm Landon. I played Orryn tonight. I'm a software developer during the day, so it's really nice. My hobbies are video games and Dungeons and Dragons. It makes it really easy that I go straight from work to video games. I now never have to leave the room. It's awesome.
Hey.
Nice.
My wife does get me out to go for walks and stuff, so I guess there's that.
Work that Constitution score in real life, buddy.
There you go.
Real life, it's like a -1.
Yeah, I have a negative con modifier too. So that was our fantastic party of players once again. Another great job by them. I am Manny at GrowedUpGeek on the social medias. I Dungeon Master here for Twilight Malediction Tuesday nights at 7 p.m. Monday nights on the Wily Hobbit Twitch channel. I play Algernon Tano in Mystery in the Dalelands. Coming soon on Sundays on the Wily Hobbit Twitch channel, I will be dungeon mastering an old school Greyhawk campaign called Greyhawk Lives. And we are going to announce tonight that starting in March, we will be moving to a second show here on this Twitch channel. It will be 7 o'clock Wednesday nights. And we'll just say that for right now, and we'll talk more about it next week. So stay tuned next week. In the meantime, give me a follow, a like, subscribe, whatever your social media platform of choice is of acknowledgement. We will take it. And that's going to be it for tonight. We will see everybody back here next Tuesday. Thanks for watching. It means the world to me and to us. And everybody have a great night, and we will see you next week. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I appreciate it.